veterans got their lobbyist, and that lobbyist happened to work on the Commerce Committee. Commerce Committee oversees the FCC and communications, so it's under their purview. And then that lobbyist would call up somebody like my little brother. Hey, dude, how you been? I've been off the hill for like 6 months. What's life like for you? Is it stressful? And they strike a conversation, and they already have a pre-existing acquaintanceship or friendship. And then the lobbyist says, well, I got something I want you to look at. It's right up your purview, and we think it would be beneficial. Those friendships or pre-existing acquaintances often influence what gets before a congressman or senator. At least as it was explained to me. It's all pretty skeevy, but at least that is how it was explained to me. Because my question to him was, don't lobbyists just take you out to dinner and pay for a bunch of stuff and drop bills on your desk and then you pass them? It's more complicated than that, but you get the point. And then I got this answer. And it makes a lot of sense, and it makes lobbying a whole lot more pernicious, in my view. Because you're not trying to stop the lobby itself. You're to not have lobbyists be so influential. They would have to not have those pre-existing relationships in Congress.
So according to a study published by the University of Chicago Press, lobbyists frequently offer lucrative private sector jobs to former members of Congress and their staffers who supported their issues, a phenomenon known as the revolving door. These positions often pay significantly more than government salaries, creating potential incentives for staff to favor specific interests while still in office. So here you go.
Gary, I had a customer a year ago. He was a lobbyist in Washington. He says he makes $10,000 a week.
I'm in the wrong business. Victoria, followed by
Me too.
At least I've had some time to calm down. A couple of the callers, you call them, people, and that they can say, oh, yeah, he may be kind of bad in certain ways, but the alternative, and Trump all the way, or I'd pick him anytime. It makes me ill. The fact.
Did somebody say that? I didn't actually hear that, but maybe I missed it.
Oh, they'd pick him anytime, yeah, compared to
all
day, every day, or something like that.
What Steve said specifically was, if the alternative was worse, then I would pick Trump. Now, worse in that conversation is a judgment and a partisan leaning.
Okay,
so
Yeah, Marshall's right on this. I think the worst idea is that you'll get overrun by.
I couldn't think of
all
anything
kind of
worse than this man.
No, but what? I think the argument would be worse is we will get overrun by LGBTQ immigrants from Cuba or something, and
right.
And the money will run out, and us will feel at home anymore.
Right.
I'll
being really important, more important than
the argument though.
I'll give you something that I heard on the door knocking in 2024. That the Biden administration had let in, and this is what CBP believe, if I'm wrong, please correct me if I'm not correct. The Biden administration had let in a total of about 13 million people. That's larger than half the population, half the states in America. So that means.
Is that a true fact? Is that a real, honest fact? That's what I'd love some validation if that's true.
Sure.
Just in the Biden administration time, you're saying 13 million people.
That's what CBP said they processed. Now, again, maybe I'm wrong. referring to a stat that's several years. So,
But Marshall, fair to your point, even if we, quivered over the numbers,
You let in too many people.
yeah, and so basically, I think there's a part of the population, and it's not me, but I understand their argument.
People I lived with because it imposed on our resources.
Right. I mean, basically, the argument is the left's view of the country is chaos. It's open the borders. It's basically, don't put anybody in jail.
And there was a bill to fix it before. So.
No,
They don't
Biden.
want to fix it. So I like that. I agree with the argument that too many people were let in, but there was a bill that would have been passed. They were finally addressing the issue, and whoever came in next would have fixed it.
But I think to Gary's framing of the room, when you're thinking of why the Republicans are still with Trump, I think it's largely because there's the biggest fear is chaos, and so
this is chaos beyond. So maybe they were fearing.
right. No, I get. I'm not
There are
defending.
so many things. Criminal, pedophile, rape. I mean, every day it's something else. He wants to control.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily.
We all know. I cannot understand people who excuse it and think there's.
I'm not excusing it.
So anyway, that's all I have to say.
I'm just saying why people vote for it, and I think
they think it's going to be chaos.
Yeah, there's this fear that if it's going to get worse, you're going to have trans bathrooms everywhere. You're going to have.
Oh my God.
You're going to have.
That's worse than the declining dollar, the world in chaos.
Right.
Hating us.
So the problem
the brightest are not coming here anymore to go to school. No one.
Right. But the problem is, but that's not a motive. See, Victoria, what you're saying is absolutely correct, but it's not a motive. And there are certain members of the Democratic Party who are a bunch of idiots, as far as I'm concerned, because they push these stupid nonsense issues. You don't see Republicans ever supporting trans people who were biologically men. It's a big civil rights issue, and they should have the right, because they self-identify now as female, to use the women's bathroom and to play sports against my granddaughters, right? You don't hear the Republicans saying that. And I don't think that it's necessarily a position of the majority of the Democrats. It doesn't matter. When you have Tim Walsh signing a bill that puts tampons in the boys' bathrooms for equality reasons, people go, what the hell's going on? And they ascribe that to the Democratic Party, and it's very emotive. It's very easy to get somebody to say, look at what those damn Democrats are doing. Try to talk to somebody and get an emotional response to the issue of people no longer wanting to come to this country to study and to practice medicine. And we're going to have.
That's not as important. Losing all of that talent, losing the desirability of us as a nation is less important to people.
That's not what I just said, though. That's not what I just said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I didn't say that it was less important.
No.
I said the reason that people fixate on the one issue and not the other is because it's an emotive issue. So if I'm a Republican, if I'm in charge of marketing for the Republican Party, I'm going to jump all over these less important issues that have a...
And that's the problem.
Yeah, as a Democratic chief.
So where's the civility? Where's the
Because Victoria.
Why don't people feel that?
It's
more?
not.
Civility dying is just.
It doesn't have anything. It doesn't have anything to do with that. as a Democratic chief of staff for a member on the East Coast, told me the saving grace of the Republican Party is the
It's the
Democratic Party.
Democrats. I know, I hear all this.
And ideas,
It's not strong
look,
enough.
ideas,
Because of a
look,
conversation, it's because of a conversation this woman had with a staff member who was not doing their job and not paying attention, and it then wasted all his time in the meeting to jump on a social faux pas. So what happened was she asked the staffer who was not performing at par, are you slow? Not like, are you mentally disabled, but are you having a hard time? And they then spent the next 45 minutes talking about how saying he was slow was just unacceptable. It's that kind of stuff that gets in the Democrats' way and provides the Republicans with a mirror to hold up and say, look at these people, they're nuts.
I agree with that, but the other things are bigger, are more important.
No, Victoria, they are in reality, but
You
Victoria.
just weaponize the small stuff, and then
So,
we get.
I have a question. I have a question.
If you get in a street fight, if you're arguing over ideology, I think identity beats ideas every time, and I think it's interesting because the parties have flipped. I mean, it used to be that the right used to claim that the Democratic Party was the identity politics party. That has switched. The right has become the identity party. It's largely about traditional American values, Christian religion, Christian nationalism, this sort of stuff.
Babies with 3 different wives, yeah.
Yeah, and
a rapist and a
and the Democrats
I don't think that's why that stuff is.
The Democrats have become the party of
I can't hear
ideas.
both of you at the same time,
So, but Marshall,
Sorry,
I just think we lose because we've switched to be a party of ideas versus a party of identity. And I think we could craft a different identity, right? Part of the strategy for the Democratic Party could be to have a broad platform of an inclusive identity, and you're an American, and everyone gets into the safety net. We're all part of this messy, chef salad or soup that's America. But that's not. We're losing that battle, and I think why Trump is still running the table, and why the Republicans will beat us every day.
Yeah, but that's not why.
We preach ideas without identity, and I don't think that's ever.
None of it should matter. If somebody is a criminal, if someone behaves as badly as he does, there should be. It's like done. It's like how a woman. If a guy hits her once, that's it. You don't keep saying, oh yeah, it's not so bad. No, it's the person.
Yes, but that's not why
It's
Tampon
wrong.
Tim is so. That's not why Tampon Tim is so appealing. Tampon Tim is so appealing for the Republicans.
Wait, what?
Tampon Tim. It's his name. Tim Walz. He got called Tampon Tim. Now.
Got it.
The point of this is, it's not appealing because it's an ancillary issue. It's appealing because it allows Republicans to go, look at these crazy decisions. Oh, by the way,
it's not nearly as
here
crazy or as bad as somebody, grabbing a pussy.
Wait,
I'm sorry. There's no way to.
Sticking tampons in a boy's bathroom isn't crazy.
Yeah, maybe the girl's boyfriend needs him to grab it for her.
In what universe do boys need tampons?
His girlfriend wants him to get one because she's stuck somewhere and whatever. I mean, who cares? Who cares if there's a tampon machine in the bathroom?
Okay,
that's a reason to like.
Your response is why this is so appealing. Because it allows us to point at the Democrats and say they make crazy decisions.
It's a minuscule thing. We're talking about World War. I mean, my God.
No,
It's so silly.
Victoria, Marshall's right. This is why we lose. I mean, he's right. This is why we lose.
I mean, nobody was pushing that. You guys, they weaponized it. They weaponized everything. They weaponized trying to give
Yes,
everyone a fair
as
shake. That's DEI, and oh my God, it's got to go.
Democrats do the exact same thing to Republican elections. The exact same thing. It's not a shoe that is not worn by both.
The point is Trump's grip, and I do not, for the life of me, understand it. I can't get there. I cannot get there. That to excuse all of the things that could be listed, and everyone. Sorry, I live in San Francisco, but everyone I know feels exactly the same. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will, Marshall.
That's just
Marshall.
the point. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like
Well, we're fantastic. We have an absolutely wonderful life, and I really wish Gavin could stay.
I'm not saying
It was
that.
wonderful.
I'm saying
And
that
you know, the rest of you, I hope you can craft as nice a life as it is here in California.
If you only ever come in contact with people who agree with and think like you, that you spend time with, no wonder you got such a hard on for Donald Trump. Because you don't hear
No,
anything
sorry,
about
I
you.
am an international person. I listen to international news, not our news. I have a worldview that is
Not the
beyond
point I'm
California.
making.
So just please, everyone in Europe knows what an idiot he is, and laughs, and we have
Europe's
lost any
irrelevant
cachet
to
we have.
this.
So whatever, huh?
Europe's irrelevant to this. And that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm
It's
trying
not
to make
irrelevant.
is
We're
you
talking
have-
about
yes,
the
it is.
for
point I'm
me,
trying to make
it's
is
about
the
the
reason
reputation
you have a
of the
hard
United
time.
States.
The reason you have a hard
in
time
the
putting
world.
yourself in
I
other
cannot
people's
follow
shoes.
this conversation, and if I can't follow the conversation, probably other people in the audience
I cannot
follow the
converse with Marshall.
conversation
I just
either. So
cannot.
let's try to speak one at a time.
Victoria,
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question,
Okay.
Victoria. Can I ask you a question?
I've done it before and it doesn't work.
What have you done before and it doesn't work?
He used to be ridiculous in the chat. I'm glad I'm no longer in the chat. But anyway, no, it's not my interest. Thank you.
I don't know what you're
I said what I
saying.
needed to say, or what I. But
All right, can I ask you a question?
Okay. Yes.
Can I ask you a question? Thank you. If you were in charge, we know that I know what I would do if I were in charge of the marketing of the Republican Party. I would do exactly what they're doing now. I would jump on these inconsequential issues to make the Democrats look like idiots, and they're doing it very effectively.
I think you look like an idiot if you point to
That's
little things that don't.
Are you responding to me again before I ask the question? I just love it how you do this. I try to ask you a legitimate question, and you answer it before I ask the question. Do you want to finish my question for me? Because you seem to know what the question is. So, in your opinion, Victoria, I'm asking you a legitimate question. I'm not trying to get into a fight with you. Don't, sit there waiting for the moment to jump and strike. I'm asking you a legitimate question. If I were the guy telling the Republicans how to make issues emotive to make the Democrats look bad, what do you think the Democrats ought to be doing to reach on an emotional level the American people to get their point across in a manner in which they are not doing so today?
Well, advice is not my forte, but I've heard Gavin talk and make a lot of sense. I think there are issues that go to the heart of who.
What would you say? You're the person right
American-
now. You're representing the Democratic Party right now. What would you say? What would you say?
American values like civility, like truth, like empathy, humanity, the things that the people who go to No King's protests, what they're objecting to, the way that I dealt with families broken apart. You're telling me that you can't have heartstrings if you do some of the human stories? I mean, focusing on small things and weaponizing
So
them?
I would
Is that
agree.
who we
So
want
I
to
will
be?
tell you that I agree with you, Victoria. I would tell you,
It's ugly.
Well-
It shouldn't be ugly. The people I grew up with who were in politics, Diane Feinstein, this my childhood, friend's mother, she was lovely. She did it for the right reasons.
so
It wasn't
so let me
ugly back
let me
then.
try and
Now
explain.
it's ugly.
Okay, can I agree with Victoria for a change here? Would that be okay? Everybody okay with me doing this? I agree with your point, Victoria. So I will give you, as I often
She
do,
did it for the right reason.
we had the housing crisis where people were losing their houses because they were underwater, and we all saw it in all of our neighborhoods, no matter what our socioeconomic standing was. We all saw the foreclosure signs for sale on houses in all of our communities. And I, as a journalist, were doing what I was doing as every other journalist was, many stories about, the numbers. But then I did a story where I just focused on one individual, and the title of the article was, "I've done everything right and I'm still losing my home," because that was a quote from the person I was featuring. There was a tremendous outpouring of support for one person. There were millions others who were in as dire straits or worse than her. But as a result of one article featuring one individual, it hit at the heartstrings of people all across this country. I think there were even people internationally who responded to this because it resonated with them emotionally.
Hey, Garrett, I would say that I'm
And
with
so wait, let me just finish the point. So to Victoria's point, the Democrats should be taking example like the president always does at the State of the Union and make somebody stand up and everybody cheers them for one reason or another because they were a victim or they were a hero or they did something great or whatever. That humanizes the issue. And throwing facts and figures out, I don't think is a successful strategy.
I'm with you,
It's
Garrett.
the reason that I
But let me just say this.
PBS, can I just say PBS, CBS, Sunday morning and 60 Minutes, right? Like Charlie Rose, like I love those shows where they do take the time to either talk to a novelist or on Sunday morning there are heartwarming stories and even 60 Minutes mixed in with, so people don't get that anymore.
But I would say rhetorically, the way the Democrats beat the Republicans is they say it's freedom and fairness. That we want a country that's fundamentally more free and fundamentally more fair. So we want people to have freedom. I mean, we're a country based on liberty. Thomas Jefferson, Declaration of Independence. And our platform, it's fundamentally about freedom. But at the same time, we can't have freedom without fairness. Because, fairness without freedom is totalitarianism. And freedom without fairness is, it's just nihilism. And so I think that would be the strategy, is to say that we're the party of freedom and fairness. And some of the freedom is so and then you fold gun control.
Humanity, empathy,
Yeah.
civility,
And the argument for gun control is largely that you're more free when people aren't running around with assault weapons. You're just fundamentally free. And the society is more fair when everyone has health care. And everyone wants freedom and fairness. And so that would be my argument for how you counter the Republicans, which
that's us San Francisco Dems.
Thank you for that, Victoria. Thank you, Scott. We're going to move on because it's already 5:50, 6:54. Coco, and it's time, Austin.
Yeah, thank you so much to the boss in the room. Hello, Gary. Hello, Marshall. It's been a long time no speak.
Hey, Coco, what's up?
What's up, bro? So, yeah, to speak on the topic of the room, sagging, excuse me, I'm driving right now. Sagging in the polls, but Trump's grip on the GOP is firm. And I agree with every bit of that. Trump's approval rate. Oh wait, did I miss my exit? Yeah, Trump's approval rating is definitely sagging in the polls and dropping in the polls. And even as his approval rating is dropping in the polls, his firm is definitely tight on the GOP, on on the on the Republican Party. We unfortunately are here in my state of Tennessee. The Republicans that are Tennessee Capitol Hill have, of course, been pressured by our Trump, by the Trump administration or by Trump himself, to redraw our map and basically split a major metropolitan city in three different ways, which intentionally dilutes the black voting power within that district. And so, with that being said, a lot of things are happening right now at a local level, at a state level, at a federal level, at a global level during this administration that everyone needs to be worried about and concerned about and afraid about. I think that is the chaos at hand. We have civil unrest here in our United States of America. We have people protesting in Alabama. We have people currently protesting in Louisiana. We have people currently protesting here in Tennessee. We have, people protesting in multiple places right now, especially in the southern states, due to discrimination tactics that have been historically used in this nation. So a lot of people tend to want to try to brush off the fact that, oh, they think it would have been bad or worse with Kamala, but we will never know that. We will never know that because Kamala is not the president. She will never be the president. I think Kamala said that she don't feel like running for office no more. And if I was her, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't want to run for office no more. Like everybody, the way that people, for one, the way that they threw Kamala up in front of everybody, I think even she knew that she wasn't going to win, but she did it to finish it. Okay, and so with that being said, when we talk about what's going on here in the state of Tennessee, if Kamala, in my opinion, if Kamala was president, this would not be going on. We have Republican Tennessee lawmakers breaking their own state law to try to dilute a historically predominant black city. That is voter dilution. That is the prime example of vote dilution. The prime example. And we're not just, and I want everyone to be mindful here. Gerrymandering, there's two different kinds of gerrymandering. There's political gerrymandering and then there's racial gerrymandering, and both can also happen at the same time. And I was making this point with someone earlier that he was like, oh, but no one said anything. No one had this much fuss when Nashville was, split up in, just a couple of years ago. Republicans split up the Nashville demographic voting power in three different ways, and they're doing the same thing with Memphis. And what I said to him was, well, with Nashville, for one, there was huge outcry. There was even lawsuits, and when they took it to court, it was mainly about partisan gerrymandering, political gerrymandering, partisan gerrymandering, and the law in the court treats partisan gerrymandering and racial gerrymandering differently. And here in Memphis, at my great state of Memphis, Tennessee, you have both happening at the same time. And I promise you, this map that they're currently trying to do, which is literally unconstitutional, will never hold up in court. And that is the type of things that's happening during this administration. So yes, he has a firm ass grip on the GOP because they over here breaking laws, trying to take away people's rights and voting power. So yes, grasp. And it's unfortunate that they're using every bit of this opportunity to try to set us back 50, 60, 70, 80 years.
Okay,
In
Coco,
regards of,
we're out of time, Coco. But I just want to say.
I'm going to land here.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
I said okay.
I waited for almost.
I said okay. Go ahead.
And so, with that being said, this is my last point. Oh, bro, you gonna let me over, man? Hello? Okay, my bad. And so, with that being said, when we talk about what's currently going on in our United States of America, we need to also be honest with the historical context of our nation. When you have Republican representatives in Republican states using this ample time to strip away voting power and voting representation, that is a tactic that has historically been done.
Coco, we're out of time, buddy. Sorry. Folks, we're here Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. New York time. So till 5 p.m. New York time.
Okay, my bad.
Tomorrow, no worries, buddy. Till 5 p.m. New York time tomorrow for the next edition of the Critical Thinking Forum. Everybody be.
I wish you would have said it was a time before I got on the stage. I didn't know that there was a time or anything. But to finish, I was saying, because like I said, I wasn't making my last point.
As opposed to sticking up for them. It is cooler to hate them now, like for sure. I mean, that is something that shifted.
I completely disagree. I think most of the shit that based on my most of the things that you say online is everyone fucks with Jewish people, just people don't fuck with the Israeli government, because what the Israeli government is doing is wrong. No one is saying like fuck Jews. At least I haven't seen like people. And then like what do Jewish people look like? Unless they have a yarmulke on, or they got them little fucking long ass dreads and that little weird ass outfit they wear, you can't tell if they're Jew or
Oftentimes
not.
you kind of can. I mean, let's be fair.
Maybe. I don't know. But I don't know. I'm black, right? I don't know no black people that's out here just.
Are you telling me if you saw Steven Spielberg, your first guess wouldn't be he's Jewish?
I would say he's white. I would say he's white. These are like you guys. These are white people.
You're the biggest hypocrite I've heard on this app in a while. You said there's no people killing black people out there? Are you crazy? They burned down cities in fucking all of America for fucking George Floyd. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
You guys, Jeremy, I noticed that whenever you get a conversation about Jews on this app, what you get is you get black people that insist upon coming on the stage and making sure everybody knows they are the biggest victim of all times. And anything that's going on with the Jews, no, focus on us, the real victim. I mean, you guys do that.
Nobody is saying that. I literally gave you 3 different demographics, and I even critiqued the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay, a couple black people get killed. Now we're burning cities, and we're acting like black kids getting shot by the police is an epidemic, which is not.
And that's the hypocrisy because Jewish people are not doing that.
Hold on, because you.
That's the hypocrisy, Pierre. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it.
Like I was trying to say.
They don't want to hear it, so they talk loud. That's why I have to talk loud too.
Other demographics of people have used that same Black Lives Matter playbook, like I mentioned.
Nobody else has used it. Nobody else has used it.
Now we're just in the Jewish shit. That's all it is.
What are we doing? Are we burning down cities? Are we burning down cities?
No, he is right. I think he's kind of right though, because like the woke, the Jews did carry, as much as Jews did cry wokeness after October 7th and all of the protests, and their fellow lefties, basically turned around and said, globalize the Intifada and fuck Israel. A lot of them are like, they're now all of a sudden October 7th Republicans. And yes, a lot of them do this cancel culture bullshit, okay? And especially if it involves like saying you don't support Israel or something like that. That is woke cancel culture bullshit. I mean, at the end of the day.
Some people decide one day to support a fucking terrorist group that did things like October 7th and way before.
Katie, what if he's in the middle of having lunch? I don't know. You sure you want to disturb his lunch so you get him to discharge a firearm?
Go against someone
lefties, the right wing is not. Even if they're critical of Israel on the right, they're not pro-Hamas.
Of course, and they're pro Hezbollah.
You're not seeing
What's his
any
name?
pro-Hamas shit.
What's his name? That one guy, Jack Hinkle. He went to the fucking funeral
Yeah, but he's
of
a
the leader of
socialist.
Hezbollah.
He's a socialist. He's not a right winger.
He's on the right side. He's not a socialist.
No. I've actually debated Infrared. Jackson Hinkle's the protege of Infrared. And Haas is this fucking midget, and I called him that when I spoke with him. But he's a small little Lebanese guy. And so basically, he's paid by Russia. They're pro-Russia. But their whole thing, and they came up with this like 6 years ago thinking they were clever, they called it MAGA communism. You can look this up. There's a couple of news articles written about it. And so they're like right-wing socially, so they say, but they are at the end of the day basically like tankies. They're left. They're very far left economically, and they're not on the right. Like right-wingers, everybody in the dissident right hated those fucking people. Those are the types of lefties that will fucking kill people to get power.
We've seen this happen over and over. How do you think the revolution in 1979 in Iran happened? It was a coalition between the left, the Marxists, and the Islamists. And what did the Islamists do when they came to power? They massacred all of the left and the Marxists. They hanged them by fucking cranes. This is what you fucking leftist Democrats don't understand. They don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, the CIA had all of that to do with the first, with the Shah back in the day. All of this is documented, and you can read all about it. Just saying.
Yes, yes, we know everything that happened, and we know everything that has been documented. But the reality is that it's far more complex than just the CIA movement, because there was a Tudeh party, which was a communist Russian-backed party, which completed terrorist attacks and went assassinating people. That's what you guys don't understand. It's more complex than just the involvement of the CIA.
Who are her Republican oppositions?
Wait, this was in
Which
Iran
one is the
you're
Soviet
talking about?
signature?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I don't think
no. It's I'll let you go after me, Pierre. But yeah, I mean the fact that there were communists
On the south side,
in Iran,
people showed up to
I
push
had
back against a
heard,
Walgreens
but
closing.
as
The
far
doors
as
are set to close
CIA
next.
involvement-
Look it up. The Tudeh party.
No, I haven't looked up the communist link, but I have looked up all of the other details around that, and the fact that when the idea that the Mossadegh, the prime minister, that he was quote democratically elected
It's false.
is a false claim.
By the constitution of the Shah, he had the right to elect.
Glow,
and
you
to
and
vote.
I know both the
So
same
it's all the
thing.
fucking propaganda lie of this.
And let me give you one more.
Fucking Americans.
And let me give you one more bit of information, which is the fact that when they say, well, America has even apologized for Operation Ajax, as it was called. You know who apologized? Democrat secretaries of state. Democrats who always apologize for anything that America does that might be perceived as promoting any kind of interest of American welfare. They're the ones who apologize, not on behalf of the CIA. So that claim like, oh, America feels so guilty. No, it's the Democrats, the same people who immediately after 9/11 said, oh, it's all our fault and we deserved it.
But yeah, Alan, like I kind of want us to get back to the point. The point is the hate piece. And what I think that we do on the West, we have a great way of dramatizing and romanticizing negative things. So like earlier this year, everyone had a sign in their yard that was like, yo, if you see ICE, you can come hide in my house. And just Hispanic people are just getting snatched up off the street and like, Viva la Mexico, and like, so it was the Spanish people, it was the Hispanics earlier this year that were hated on and getting snatched up and all of that shit. Now it's just a new wave of what they want us to be dramatic about. Like, I really think it is what we are marketed to, what our algorithms are, because I'm not, so there is definitely a war going on in Israel, in Gaza, and all in the Middle East. There might have been a synagogue that has been blown up and stuff like that, but these are not like everyday occurrences to where we can literally, we gotta go march in the street and say like, everyone stand up for the Jews because they're like getting persecuted. It's really not that. They are trying to.
Nobody's asking you to do that.
I'm landing right here.
But the black people wanted everybody to do that. That's for sure.
I'm just landing.
Oh yeah, land already.
I'm just landing.
Well, where are you motherfuckers?
I'm landing right here. Alright, I get it. Y'all emotional.
Are you?
You're emotional. Yeah, you're emotional. Yeah. So the land. Do not let these people propagandize you into believing that Jews are like now the new hot.
Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that.
Where are you, motherfucker, Harry?
Nobody's doing that, by the way. You know that, right?
Where are you, motherfucker, Harry? Where are
the title.
you?
Why do Jews get so much hate? It's literally in the title. Nobody is
She's
hating
not a
you.
Jew that's doing that. You know that, right?
IRGC supporter.
It's not like Jews are telling her to open this.
Public supporter that's
She literally gave us an example of why she started the room. She said she started the room because of what she sees online. She does not see this when she walks out her door.
And what you're saying is that Jews are going and starting a whole movement like you guys did. We didn't start any fucking movement. We didn't burn down any fucking cities. You guys burned down cities because of fentanyl head, a fentanyl drug head that killed himself. And you're fucking burning down cities. So you're very hypocritical, bro. Don't come and tell us what Jews need to do. Okay? Worry about the black people.
How am I hypocritical when I critique the Black Lives Matter?
Alright, here, I'm talking now. So I definitely did say earlier that, I have seen this out my fucking front door. There was a terrorist attack. I think it's the yeshiva or the synagogue, whichever one. It's a Jewish religious institution, close to my home, okay? So, no, I don't appreciate this shit. And I don't appreciate seeing a constant, like, everywhere I go, everybody's, like, obsessed with hating Jews. And I do think Pepe's right. I think people think it's maybe like a fad, like they think it's cool or something. And it's honestly not cool. It's gross.
Can I go after you?
And it's weird. Like, why are you guys obsessed with hate for a certain group? I also think it's interesting, right? You know, it usually comes down to you guys want to start talking about Israel, but you don't have the same smoke for like Americans, right? Which our government partakes in basically all of the same activities. So it's just all a bunch of hypocrisy, and it really feels like fake outrage at the end of the day.
So Miriam, also, the question that we pose for the room, since we want to talk about governments, how can people tell the difference between legitimate criticism of a government and prejudice against a group? And when people do have a prejudice against a group or a criticism against a group, why do they seem to be called anti-Semitic? Go ahead.
Well, because when people are always going, talking about the Jews and how they're responsible for, I don't know what, you see what happens. In the UK, 2 Jews have been stabbed just a week ago. Also, one of those charity ambulances of the Jewish community was, they placed explosives and bombed it in the UK. So this is a global intifada going on, and people are chanting for intifada on the streets. And no one cares, and they keep talking about the Jews and, fire, throwing oil on the fire repeatedly. And everyone thinks they're safe, but it always starts with the Jews, and it never ends there. So don't think you're special.
Yeah, I think we're living in different times where a lot of things are televised now and we don't have to read them in books. Like, we can actually see what's going on in Gaza. We can actually see the settlers doing all that crazy ass shit that they're doing in the West Bank and in Gaza. We can actually see Jews acting in an ignorant way.
Did you actually see what happened on October 7th? Did you see that also? You didn't mention October. You mentioned Gaza, but you didn't mention October 7th. That's funny. You think we just went into Gaza for fun, huh? We just went for fun, yeah?
I am concerned
Then why
with
did you
him
mention October
is that I
7th?
feel like he's exploiting Ukraine from the Palisades, and I think that's right. And supposedly is about his own celebrity famous now.
Nobody
You're
said
a
October
fucking piece
7th
of shit,
wasn't an atrocity.
and that's all it comes down to.
Nobody
We
said
can
that.
see this. We can
Nobody
see
said
that.
that.
We also saw October 7th. You're fucking retarded.
Just think y'all went in there for no reason.
And by the way, if they had the brains in Chicago,
You're not the party. You're not the party. Shut the fuck up. You play victim more than anybody. Shut the fuck up.
Let me ask you
So
this.
sick of these fucking black people on this app. You guys are literally hypocrites, bro. You're doing exactly what white people did to you in the 1950s, the 1940s, the 1930s, and any time before that. You're a hypocrite.
Just because you're Jewish. Are you above critique just because you're Jewish?
No, it has nothing to do about being above critique. It has something to do about bringing the fucking facts, calling people out when they're wrong. Because most people on here don't know how to do that. I don't let people finish when they're wrong. Fuck that. Because you're wrong. That's what. Now you can finish your sentence because I had to make sure you mentioned October 7th. I want to make sure October 7th is mentioned because you want to say everything's televised. Yeah, October 7th was televised.
In here has acknowledged that October 7th.
Nobody in here acknowledged that. Nobody in here said shit about October 7th. Shut the fuck up, Pierre, you fucking retarded fuck.
October 7th happened and it was an atrocity.
Oh, great. Oh, thanks for your fucking sympathy. Fuck you.
I don't think anyone can watch those videos and not say that that was not an
Yeah, whatever, bro. Shut the fuck up.
We balanced the budget every single year.
You mentioned Gaza before October 7th. You think you just went to Gaza to murder people in Gaza?
You know what?
The point that I'm trying to prove is that mention October 7th first, then you can say Gaza.
To just shoot at white people because of what they did to us. Kill every white person
Black
on
people
sight.
have done that already in the past. Yes,
obviously we're not able to have a conversation.
We have more
No, I don't have conversations with the retards like you, bro. Sorry.
I mean, this state was headed
Anyways,
off
I'm gonna go
for
play some soccer and you guys keep having a
no budget for 2 years in a row. We had a Republican governor
Why
who
do you
did that
feel
to
like
us.
you are
There were a lot of
being
people who said to me, particularly
And I'm
people in
not
the business
talking
community,
about-
said,
You're projecting right now. That's literally what you're doing. That's literally what you're doing.
I did. I did. I've gotten 10 credit upgrades for the state. We balanced the budget every single year. We paid off the entire $17 billion worth of paid bills. Our pension system is in a much better position
people
than
in the U.S. that critiques our own fucking country. And
Right,
those
there's
are
people do it in Israel also, bro.
Did you not see all the veterans at the Capitol Hill the other day? They got arrested for protesting against the Iran war. Oh no, you were just worried about your Israeli shit.
What are you trying to prove? Like, people go to the Capitol and protest all the time. That's been happening for years, bro.
Cheer for you. Bro, go cry with somebody
Nobody's
else.
crying. Nobody's crying, Pierre. You're the only one that's crying.
Allow someone to speak. That's not from your race. That's not from your background. Allow other people to give you their opinion.
We're not a race, you
But
fucking
no,
retard.
but you don't allow people to do that.
Judaism
You
is
just
not a
bomb
race,
the shit out of
idiot.
them. You just bomb the shit out of them.
Like I said, you're just fucking
Yeah,
retarded.
like I
That's
said,
the
like I
point. I
said,
literally
you're
proved
in
my point right
control
there,
of
and everybody saw that I proved my point right there. Simple as that. What happened? Somebody moved him down? Anyway, sorry, Coco. I didn't really mean to, be yelling and screaming, but I'm very passionate about this shit. And I've been on here for years debating these type of retards, so just a lot of passion in the heart, which most people don't have. The passion that they have is the passion for hate. That's the passion that these fucking people have on this app. And that's it. And you know what I'm saying? These black people that come on here and do this are the biggest fucking hypocrites I've seen. That's it. Because white people were doing this shit to them fucking how many years ago? I mean, right? No one said shit. Now, yeah, you can laugh, you can say we're the biggest victims, whatever. You guys can say whatever you want. At the end of the day, majority of the people on this app are just fucking retards. That's it. Anyways, go on. I love all the thumbs down. Keep giving me thumbs down, X's. I want it all. Come on, give it to me. I love my haters. Look, you see my bio? What does it say in my bio, everybody? Open my profile. It says, I love my haters. So go ahead, keep hating, because the hate keeps us strong. The hate keeps Israel going. Our haters keep our country going, and the Jewish people proud and strong. And you know what? Jewish people have contributed to the United States of America since the 1700s. So if you guys don't fucking like that, then get the fuck out of them. We died for Americans, the American wars, World War I, World War II, Civil War. Jews have been in every single fucking war of America. So fuck all of you motherfuckers. It has nothing to do with fucking Israel. When people come after Israel, you come after Jews as a whole. That's it. And I will fucking be there to defend it no matter what. All can be fucking weak pieces of shit. I don't give a fuck. But like I said, Coco, I'm very passionate, and my passion comes out strong. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people want to sit here and do this fucking bullshit, you know? But I don't do the bullshit. I do facts, and that's it. Anyone thinks I'm emotional, you can think that I'm emotional, but everything that I said has been factual so far. And if anyone wants to check me, check me. You can write all you want in the chat. I love it. Keep it coming. All the X's, all the thumbs down. I love it. Anyways.
My thing is, Harry, why don't you allow people to have a dialogue?
I am, Othello. You know, I'm going to go, and I'll let you guys do it.
But why don't you allow people to have a dialogue with you?
Because, bro, when somebody mentions everything is televised, and then he says Gaza first, and doesn't say anything about it, he didn't mention one thing about October 7th. It's like you're skipping over history and facts. And I have to fucking make sure that I correct these motherfuckers. I don't care who it is.
What caused the war against
Exactly.
Yes, but don't you realize, right, that so many people have those same mentalities and perspectives, right? And they need to get it out in full so that you can respond to it.
He jumped in to respond to a question, and he didn't respond to the question at all. He just started, like, spewing propaganda, which is honestly
at the same time, Harry, you know, like I said, with the Butters girl, like, let her get it off, because so obviously it's a PR war, right? So people have this perspective. Let her get it off in full, and not long-winded either, 2 minutes. And then
that's very long, 2 minutes, by the way.
And I was talking about Pierre, by the way.
And instead of like just calling her a bitch 15 times, right? Then you can actually dispel the mind virus. You know what I mean?
It's not gonna work. That doesn't work. I've been on this app 5 years. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry to tell you, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. So I have my own way of doing things. Most people don't like it. That's fine. And you know what? People say, I'll never do that in person. Oh, I'll do it in person to you. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care where you're from. I don't give a shit. I'll do it in person. And there's plenty of people that do it in person too. Because, like I said, we're not weak people. That's why we're still here. And if you look through history, many people wanted to kill us and eliminate us. But we're still here for a reason. Right? And that's it. That's all I need to say. You can hate Israel all you want, but Israel's always going to be there no matter how much you guys hate it. And we're going to sit back and laugh at all the haters, because that's what we do. And you know what? We're going to keep contributing to the world and contributing to society like we have been. And the majority of the shit that's in your house is coming from Israel anyways. So if you guys want to boycott us or hate us, throw your fucking phone away. Throw away the majority of the medicine in your cabinet drawers, because most of that stuff comes from Israel. Stuff in your car, like, you know, the thing that get the sensors in your car to tell you how close you are to other cars, that technology comes from Israel. There's a lot of shit. I can keep going for hours on here. But people don't know the facts, Othello. They want to just hate. And they want to hate and hate. And that's what the virus is of the internet. It's not even coming on here dispelling any mind virus. The virus is already there. It's the internet, and nothing we can do to actually change that. Unless somebody really wants to learn. She didn't want to learn. She wanted to keep spewing her bullshit. When I gave her a fact to go look up what El Abid is, and I hope everyone can go look this up. El Abid in Gaza. Just do El Abid in Gaza and see what that is, okay? It translates to slave in Arabic. Literal transition, slave. It's a city in Gaza that's 11,000 black Gazans, Palestinians live there. And it translates to slave. So that's all I need to say. She wanted to talk about us being white supremacists and all this shit. I countered it with facts, and then no, that wasn't enough. That was wrong.
This is what I have to say. So when the people come in here, right, they're archetypes. Like there's the BHI archetype, and they say the same talking points. There's the people who are like conservative Republicans, even black and white, right? And they have like a America First archetype. You have just plain old anti-Semites. You have people that are Palestinian. They come in here and they say their same talking points. And then there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people just like them. they're making rooms that are in the world, and so you have a chance, right, to like let them trip over themselves, let them stumble, and when you curse them out 15 times in a row, it just makes you look bad. And I think that um, it doesn't do what we actually here to do, which is actually transform people, because the people are not that bad. You know what I mean? They just need to be transformed through knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Go ahead.
No, but at the same time, I gotta jump in. So, like, what Harry's doing, he's trying to basically the meaning of insanity, where you keep saying the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting a different result. So why would he keep fucking trying to be kind to these people? Why wouldn't you say, go fuck yourself? And if you look, Othello, look at Amir's room as a prime example. Coco, you were in Amir's room for a while. Othello, you were in Amir's room for a while. There's not one Palestinian in that room anymore. As a matter of fact, they hate him.
That's true.
But his
they're
room,
not even Palestinians, the ones that come defend Palestine. They're not even Iranians, the ones that come defend the islands. And those who are just the fucking mouthpieces of them.
So then there's people like Harry and myself, but Harry's a little bit, he's more passionate and he's got a lot more facts and intelligence about the ground than me. I'm more of like a shit starter. Harry's like more of like a fuck you. I'm not gonna deal with your shit, and I commend that, because I sit down and I want to hear a conversation. Maybe I want to hear bullshit, and I think I could change the world. And then there's people like Harry that are like, bro, you're wasting your fucking time, you ain't changing shit. And when I look at it, I haven't changed one fucking person on here's fucking mind. So he's right, and I understand. And yeah, I guess sometimes it is annoying to hear somebody just come up to me and say, fuck you. Because you know what's annoying about it? It's that they're right. It's annoying when I have to say, Harry, you were right. Because he's like, yo, BB, why the fuck you wasting your time with this idiot? And I'm like, yo, please, bro, this I mean, he's like, you're an idiot, stop. And like not even an hour later, or even a week later, or even a month later, I'm like, fuck, bro, you were right. And he's like, nah, look at all that time you wasted. And I'm like, fuck, you had a point. You had a point. But sometimes I want to learn for myself. I understand what you're saying, Attila, like, why not have a convo? But then there's people like I'm jumping on like behalf of him. I get it now. I do. I always got it. But there's other people that want to articulate themselves in different ways. And there's people like him that say, fuck it. Why am I going to waste my fucking energy and trying to convince somebody that's going to hate me after I'm done spitting facts, spitting reliable sources, and sharing all of these fucking good talking points that prove them wrong? They're still going to say a cock's a fucking turtle. They're not going to agree. You know what I mean? But they'll do. Yeah, I'm hearing you, buddy.
It's like a virus, like a cancer.
And I thought about it, man. And I was like, I come by Amir's room every once in a while, and I'll sit back for like 20 minutes. It's like white noise in my ear, you know? I sit in the audience, and I look, and I was like, where's Ghost? Where's Wednesday? Where's Resistance? Where's all of these people? Masood, Samud. Where's all of these Palestinians, bro? They're actually banned from his fucking room. And this is the guy spreading propaganda to protect the Palestinian people, but you won't allow Palestinians in your room?
Because
it's gonna
ruin the whole thing. It's gonna ruin the whole movement.
No, but there's something wrong with that.
Yeah, of course it is. It's a fucking cult. A death cult. It's gonna ruin their whole narrative once the Palestinians come out and say we fucking hate this movement. They ruined our movement.
But at the same time, I'm gonna say things people there are poor innocent Palestinians, like Gazans. There are. That were being fucking held hostage by Hamas, by the terrorist regime, by being oppressed by their own people. That's the problem we're upset at, that nobody wants to point that out. There's still people in the West Bank that are being oppressed by the PLA. But nobody talks about that.
The same way.
Nobody talks about Hamas oppressing their own people since 2006. After the election in 2005, they took governance and they were governing over their people and oppressing them. Nobody talks about that. All they do is talk about, oh, the resistance fighters. Well, if you're a resistance freedom fighter, wouldn't you want your people to be free? Why are you murdering your own fucking people? Everybody's seen it. You'd have to be a fucking blind and underneath the rock to not see what happened whenever this so-called ceasefire took place. And Hamas went into the street and they did a firing squad and they were murdering people in the middle of the street. They were lining them up and shooting them in the fucking head. That's who you call as a freedom fighter? Come on.
All right. So can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Carter.
So hello. My specific question is for Harry. Because I've noticed something ever since there was this war between, the Palestinians and the Israel people in Israel. There has been like this random, and I'm not, because I know Jewish people in real life, so I don't really see a lot of this radical. So I would never put it on either group. But I see like this weird, interesting thing that a lot of people who are pro-Israel, and I don't even know that you guys are even Jews, the people who are doing this are Jewish, because I feel like a lot of people use Clubhouse as a way to spread hate, period. But I just wonder why, like, what is this weird obsession with trying to hold Black people in America accountable when you understand for anything that's happening in Israel, when you understand, because you're probably in America, I assume so, that the reality of the average Black American or Black person in America does not have an issue with Jewish people in general. Like, what is this punch down? Because I honestly feel like it's a white supremacist tactic where you can't actually fight the real, because we also know that there are statistics that specifically come out that show who actually attacks, what group of people attack Jewish people in America specifically the most, and that's not Black people. So like, what is this obsession with like trying to punch down on Black people and trying to hold Black people responsible?
Who said there's an obsession with holding Black people responsible, bro?
I'm talking to Harry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was specific.
You're talking about me? What are you talking about?
Yeah, because you had mentioned something earlier about Black people in America and hatred for Jews. Like, that's not true.
What's not true?
He said you're the handsomest Jew, Harry.
I'm just trying to understand what's not true, because every time I come on this app, that's all I see and I hear from Black people on this app. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Hate for Israel, hate for Jews. What are you talking about?
We're talking about in real life.
Is this not real life? Is this a fake life or something?
No, it's not. It's not. It's not real.
Is this fake life? I'm just trying to understand, is this real or is this fake?
I'm talking about hate crimes against Jews in real life. Who do they mostly come from, Harry?
So now we're pushing up goalposts. So now we're talking about hate.
Oh, okay,
right?
Got it.
Is that what we're doing? We're talking about hate crimes, or we're
Why
talking
would we
about
not talk about hate crimes? Why would Jewish people not care about hate crimes?
Sounds like you're pushing the goalposts. That's what.
No, I'm not. I'm asking a question that you refuse to answer. Who is doing hate crimes the most in America to Jewish
like I
people?
said, you're
Who
moving
are
the
they?
goalposts.
Who are killing Jews in America the most?
That wasn't the original topic.
Got it. It's not. No. It is.
I'm glad you can answer your own question.
It is, but
what's the answer, Carter?
It is definitely white supremacist.
Interesting. The same people that hate.
Is it not? Well, who said? Wait. Hold on. So my question, so since you understand that it's white supremacists that do the most, right, when it comes to crimes against Jews, verbally and physically, why is this obsession? Because I have not heard you call out white supremacy. Specifically, you guys attacking
Jews
know
me, but I call
on this stage. So Harry, listen.
Carter,
listen.
I call it hypocrisy, Carter. And you're one of.
So Harry, the answer. Who's saying that?
She's one of my haters, or something.
Okay. Harry, so all you have to say instead of getting defensive is, Harry, you just listen. Hey, listen. No, I'm not. I'm screaming because you're over talking me. So I had to get louder.
You're asking me questions, but you don't let me answer.
I'm from, but I didn't finish the question.
How many questions are you asking? One question, a million questions? How many?
No, I was actually having a conversation. You talked for 10 minutes and nobody interrupted you.
But this is fake life, so why does it matter?
Like I said before, so now I'm gonna make a statement because now it's not a question because I've kind of realized that you are one of like those instigator people online that won't do shit in real. Hold on, Elmo, thank you. I promise you, I'll give it back to you. Thank you. Now I see that you're probably one of those like Asian people who come up online and start things because you don't really have like
I'm an Asian person now.
In real life. An agent.
What agency do I work for?
Agent, probably, I don't know, maybe the CIA or just something.
I work for the CIA. Wow. Whoever knows me must be very honored that your guys are friends with the CIA.
All right, Carter, listen.
One mic on Carter. Carter, you got like a minute to wrap up, and then we're gonna go to the next speaker.
Thank you, CC, so much for giving me the opportunity to speak, and thank you to the moderator. I just wish more people like you would specifically, put up your face since you're so proud of the things that you say.
What does that have to do with anything? This guy, you're just going in circles.
If you're so proud of who you are and what you say, you definitely would.
Should I put up my face so you guys can find me and attack me? Is that what you want to do?
No. Why would I want to attack you?
Why would I want to put up my face?
Because, you should.
Why don't you put your face, Carter?
Let me finish, Harry. I do have up my face. If you follow me, you can. Thank you. But yeah, I'll just say that I don't know.
Is your face the sloth picture in the first picture? Is that
This is Ion. He was the guy who used to make
memes
on the app. We all know what he looks like.
Famous. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just interesting. But I just want to clear up the Black people in America do not have like this personal issue with Jewish people. It's not reality.
Do you speak for all Black people in America?
Yes, I do. I said collective of Black people. Just like you speak for collective of Jewish people. Okay, I can speak for collective of Black people.
I speak for myself.
Okay, well, Black people don't have because they have more things to do in life than yours. The Jewish race, you're not special where Black people wake up in the morning and worry about what you have got to do. You have more to worry about with white supremacy than you do with Black people in America. And that is a fact. That is a fact. And you're scared of the white man, so you try to punch down on a Black man, and Black people are not having that, and you're mad as fuck about it.
Not the case. Actually, the largest.
It is the case. It is the case.
Clubhouse and you.
It is. Clubhouse, there's not even 2% of the Black population on Clubhouse. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is,
there's not a huge population of Black people on Clubhouse. Clubhouse does not determine what it is. Because if that's the case, I would assume that Harry represents all Jews, correct?
I would like to talk to Carter a little bit. Welcome back, Carter. After you leave, unless you want me to go. What I was saying is this: if you go to these, listen around here on Clubhouse in different rooms, different foci, they have like Nation of Islam rooms. They have.
Why are you the only ones who see them? Why are you frequenting rooms of hatred?
If you're not perceptive to tell you, but if you look at a survey in one of these rooms, okay, and they were like, who is the biggest enemy of Black men? And I actually took screenshots of this, by the way. And they're like, is it like, this, or is it small hats, code word for Jews? And they all said, like, the majority, like 64% or something said that, like, small hats were the cause of the problems of Black men. If you go to these Nikki Light rooms, they talk about, like, Jews obsessively. If you go to, like, these
I don't see those
rooms.
I don't see those
rooms. If you don't,
availability. You're a Jew, and you see them all the time because you're focused on them. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you just listen quietly, listen carefully, okay, like these nations, they spend so much time talking about them, and it's like, it is 1.6 million Hebrew Israelites, by the way. Okay, so it's like clan members and stuff like that.
No, you're not. I just want to be clear. You're not special. You're not special. You're not. You're not. I know I'm not.
Okay, so it's 3,000 clan.
I'm not. You're not special.
And 1.6 million Nikki Lights.
You're not special.
Well, yeah, you are special.
Yeah, and I just want to clarify that in America that you're being attacked by white people mostly, but you're worried about Black people on Clubhouse.
It's really not.
It really is. There are studies about this.
What my experience is.
I don't give a damn. You're Black.
Okay, so the people.
You're Black.
Nikki Lights.
Wait, hold on. When you telling me when you're walking down the street that random Black people come up to you and say, "Get over here, Jew."
Okay, so if you look at
Come on, like the stuff that you make up is crazy. I am from New York, where there is Jewish people all over.
Seriously, you go to barbershops, okay, you hear black people talking, and they don't like Jews very much.
Now you are lying. You are weird. You're weird. You're weird. Black people in a barbershop talk about Jews.
So the only reason the Jews don't have to be worried about them is
Why
because
can't you handle the truth, Carter?
Because it's not true. I get my hair cut every 2 weeks. I've never heard a black person mention a Jew.
Well, you don't get out much, okay? Or maybe you're not too smart.
No, I moved to one of the blackest cities in America, and Jews are not brought up. You're a liar.
If they were capable of getting anything done, then it would be a lot more like blood and damage. But because they can't.
Yeah, you're black too. So how many Jewish people have you beat up? You're black. How many Jewish people have you beat up or attacked?
What do you say? You're in the Matrix.
I said that you're black. How many Jews have you attacked or beat up? Period. Thank you.
Why would I convert to Judaism and then go and attack Jews?
I don't know what you are.
Okay, well
I don't know why. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying that.
But anyway,
say that again.
These stupid Negro fagalites, and they are just such an embarrassment, and that's their number one.
You're black.
Well, I'm not one of them.
You're black. You know. Let me tell you something. What I love about the Jews of New York is that they don't need you to convert to something to be able to try to now down your own people.
So what I'm saying is this. I mean, there's a lot of anti-Semitism there, and that's just.
Imagine converting to Judaism to be a coon.
And besides, you
probably suck a lot of Jewish cock. That's what you really wanted, and you had to do it to be a Jew. You could have sucked the white cock. No, you are.
Calm down, Cher. Calm down, Cher.
Carter, can I engage with you? Because I do have a serious answer.
Okay, you can engage with me. Thank you.
Yeah, and in a calm way, because I'm not mad at you at all.
No, you can't be mad at me.
No, and I know you for a minute already. So, first of all, I think, if you don't mind me saying it this way, I think you and I are a little bit of old school when it comes to New York. And old school, now we're talking, at minimum, my mother's generation, and then I'm my mother's son, obviously. So I kind of inherited this. Black folks and Jews live next to each other in the neighborhoods. We're talking Brooklyn and Queens and Bronx. And we both were living in neighborhoods where white people made us live because we were both the victims of redlining, right? Now, that worked out for, decades, and we marched together. So when you talk about the Black and Jewish Alliance, we're both coming from the same place. It was the civil rights marches, it was desegregation, it was the NAACP, it was the HBCUs, etc., etc. But there was a rift that started, I think, in the mid to late 60s. And since then, I think there's been some tension between our communities. Some of it may be around Israel, I'm not sure. Some of it may be around the fact that Jews became assimilated into whiteness, and that wasn't an option for black folks, although it did happen.
So the challenge for Democrats is how do you balance addressing.
So there's a resentment, I think, that somehow the Jews became white and moved up and out of those difficult neighborhoods and moved into the suburbs. Now, some black folks said to me, "Oh, that's because you were
a lot of
just moving up and moving into the suburbs, getting a little square of lawn and all that kind of stuff. We moved out of the tenements. You can still go visit on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, where the Jews landed and where we started in this country, which was penniless and with a shared toilet on the same floor, or if it wasn't out in the back of the building. So, we started in abject poverty, as did black folks. But we were able to work our way out as a community for the most part. And because of racism and other things, black folks were not as publicly vocal. So I think there's some tension around that.
Yeah.
There's also, I think, black folks will identify with the oppressed, and it doesn't look like we're oppressed anymore. Our oppression took a different face. And so in the struggle between the Jews and the Palestinians, it's obvious that the Palestinians are something I think stupid if I denied it. doesn't have.
Absolutely, it's extremely helpful because it tells us.
But that's only so. Hold on, Al, no more. I agree with you.
I was going on and on, so go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Yeah. But I have to
Story to the American people.
When it comes down to white people, specifically on how they target Jewish people in America, there's never a response back. So they're making it because I see a lot of times. I also want to say this. I find it interesting that maybe there is a little bit of people who may have an issue, but I also want to double back. Why are you the only group to say that there is some tension that you've had with living experiences of black people? We've lived with all oppressed groups. We live with Asians, we live with Latin people, we live with Palestinian people, we live with,
that tension is there.
No, there's not. How are you going to tell? I am a black person.
I know you.
How are you going to tell me you have problems with?
Because I've observed it with.
I think that my question to you is, why don't I see you argue and fight white supremacy, which is killing you and us in this country the same way that you? No, you're not. No, you're not.
That is Tucker Carlson. He's
wait, but I've seen collective of Jewish or groups of Jewish people shut down networks and make sure that people were down just based upon opinions. I do not see that at the mass level with white people, period. And that's a fact. Can you name, why is it, and I think that the things that Kanye West has said was disgusting. And as you know, I've interviewed him, and did I not call him out on it?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't I, because that's based on conversations that I've had with the Jewish community. You see, why Harry's up there.
Before he went crazy.
Period. So, and I was able to call him out as a black person, just in general. And it was a good conversation. After he apologized and everything. I do not see the same exact issue, right? I mean, the same exact things that I see y'all do against black people to white people. And I don't even think it's personal. But I just think that, people are afraid to go against the system at that level because you know that there's a more of a violent response. I was very annoyed when I hear this rhetoric of black people are more dangerous because of what people hear on the app. That is bullshit, El Normal. And I'm very I'm becoming, now since I'm becoming very scared of a lot of people who are now, on this app, because you know how, you saying weird things out here like that, it'll go out off the app and people will actually think that they experience. The majority of black people in America don't have the privilege to even watch the news and understand what's going on between the Jews and the Palestinians. So how dare you push a narrative that black people there's some tension between us, because it hasn't been. The issue is what you see prominent people.
White supremacy.
Wait.
We as Arabs, we support white supremacy. Bravo Trump. Bravo white supremacy.
Yeah, yes. I don't know what you're saying, but that's not what I said. I don't know if you don't speak English or what it is.
These are the people spewing into the black people. These are like Muhammad.
Listen. I don't even, hold on. I don't even understand what he's saying. What are you talking about to black people? Where do you see black people in my, listen, I don't know if y'all trying to trigger people, but I'm gonna just say this. I am embarrassed.
I'm saying
I am embarrassed. And the Jewish people that I know in real life, the way they would hear this on Clubhouse, they would be embarrassed of you too. You are supposed to be the children of God, and to spew hatred. I don't give a fuck what you are. You're a woman at the end of the day, and you know how oppression and what that does. And you know when men spin narratives against women, how that can get you killed, correct? So the fact that you're coming up on here and doing the same thing that the oppressor does to you is weird. And I'm going to stand on that. And I need y'all to remember that at a time it was you, and black women stood with your asses. So to come up on here and to dance for other groups of men, when groups of people like myself, queers and gays, stood with you at one point, is weird.
You don't support Palestinians?
I don't. I'm not from Palestine. I'm not from Israel. You know what I support? I support waking up in the morning every day and having to go to work because at the end of the day, my gas is the fucking expensive and my rent is. I don't have
Muhammad, you know what's really annoying is that you people.
Zionism?
Muhammad, shut your fucking diaper head mouth for a second. Jesus Christ. It's really no. I know who you were talking to. Shut the fuck up. No, nobody owes any fucking loyalty to Palestine, nor does anybody have to support them. Why do you think you're fighting Zionism by what? By declaring that we owe Palestinians our loyalty? Like, you suck a fucking dick.
You are a Zionist.
I don't go back to fucking your first cousin. I don't give a shit. I'd rather, you know what? I would rather be a Zionist than to be a sheep fucking pig like you. Like, literally, you people are fucking disgusting. Eat a fucking dick.
Don't let him take you off the subject.
Somebody kick this fucking pedophile worshipping piece of shit.
I mean,
like
he wants to take it
files,
into
right?
Zionism.
Like the
Zionism
Jewish
is
people
a
and
different
Epstein files and Christian people.
You guys literally, your prophet raped the fucking 9-year-old. Shut the fuck up.
Like Epstein.
Epstein went to jail. Guess what? He went to prison. And there aren't Jews saying that it's anti-Semitic to put Epstein in prison. But there are a bunch of people like you who think that it's Islamophobic to not call your prophet a pedophile, which he actually was.
No, my prophet fucked your grandparents. When you.
No, he didn't. That's fine. You get centuries before. Yeah, someone just kick this fucking retard out of the space. He's derailing. Thank you.
So did you make your point, Pepe?
Oh yeah, he was derailing, so I just wanted him to shut up.
Well, that was your only point? All right. So, I mean, right, it's possible that the app isn't real life, but I've been shocked at the hatred that I hear in a lot of rooms, quote-unquote black rooms, not the really educated, sophisticated black rooms, but some of the less educated black rooms where it's all these conspiracy
And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching.
Capital just put out some new numbers. Shootings and homicides went up. So let's get into what that means.
Bagansky is live right now. He took a close.
Even though we are winning, it grinds us down. It hurts us. Every single bullet that's fired against us hurts every single Jew. We all identify with each other. So this is hard. And in this period, when public opinion is not really in favor of this war, we look to people who were our allies once, and we say, well, this would be a great time for you to stand with us, and we're not seeing that. So that creates a little bit of tension, I would say, on both sides. And as I said before, I think black folks do identify with the oppressed, and other groups do that as well. I mentioned the Irish, and there's tension now. Ireland turned its back on the Jews. We used to be proud that there had been a Jewish mayor of Dublin. There's a Jewish mayor. There's a Jewish character in James Joyce's, Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man and so forth. So we had a good relationship in the past. But once the Jews have a country for ourselves, and it's a successful country, we start becoming a target of a lot of hatred and a lot of lies. And we would prefer it, I think, if people didn't buy into the lies and the hatred, whether it's this nonsense about circumcisions, or this nonsense about the Talmud, or all of these lies about Zionism. In all those cases, as Jews, we take it personally. So that's part of the answer to the question that Ion asked, and also the question of this room. And if a Jewish or a non-Jewish person wants to correct me or add to what I'm saying, I'd be very open.
Okay, can I talk, please?
Go ahead, Miriam. 2 minutes.
How are you guys?
Hi, Miriam.
Hi, Pepe. How are you?
Get a room, you two.
Thank you for coming, for having me. And just I wanna.
Going to take our audience live now to the 60 Minutes interview that Donald Trump just gave with Norah O'Donnell about the events of last night's White House Correspondents' Dinner was an. Donald Trump recently had an event at the White House.
The U.S. President Donald Trump says he wasn't worried by the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C. last night.
We stand by the man who played his part. Trump is my president.
It doesn't matter for me for
out some new numbers. Shootings and homicides.
Police are investigating a car fire that may have been set on purpose during a gas.
Archer Avenue, by Midway on the south side, where dudes are engaged in shootouts with each other near a
other guys. The government, it's bullshit government for everywhere. USA government is bullshit government. Iran government is bullshit government. Everywhere, guys. Please listen to me. I know I am older than you. Sorry about that. But please, please, please listen to me. We should help each others. I don't care who is doctor. I don't care who is engineer. I don't care who is famous. I don't care about anything because I am famous, because I am engineer, because I am doctor. Guys, look at to me, please.
Mariam, you're Persian?
If you want to say that, yes, I'm Persian Muslim girl. What's next?
No, I mean, if you want to say that, you are what you are. Like,
because we're in a liberation moment for the good people of Persia.
Okay, I don't want to talk with you anymore. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Yes.
I think there's something's lost in translation.
No,
how come she like you and me now?
Archer Avenue, by Midway on the south side, where dudes are.
Iranian woman, and I want to say that the Iranians inside Iran were
Archer Avenue,
which is the great majority, by the way.
Archer Avenue,
Which you can see by
Midway on the south side,
surveys and
where dudes are.
like Amman. They're very happy with the Israeli and American action, and but there's still some that are supporting the regime, and they don't want them to be bombed. And that's a very small minority.
Well, the point I wanted to make is that the people of the world somehow seem to have been hijacked by this Palestinian thing, but it doesn't work for the Persians. They don't deserve to be relieved from their suffering. It just looks like hypocrisy to me.
let me know when I can be added to the queue, please.
Go ahead, BT.
Oh, thank you. Peace and reparations to the room. Thank you to the moderators and the hosts for creating and running the space.
Archer Avenue.
Panel for participating in the conversation. But most importantly, thank you to the audience for listening, because without you all, we'd just be here arguing with each other. Now that being said, when I read the prompt, why do Jews get so much hate? Line, American, Canadian, Mexican, coffee, evening jack. First thing comes to mind for
Archer Avenue, by Midway on the south side, where dudes are engaged in shootouts with each other near a local high school.
For Jewish people.
Curie, that's what the high school was. Let me show you some of this from Nick Shirley. And I want to.
All of these things done, these atrocities done to these people, and I never knew these whole upbringing that these people own damn near everything. So then when I saw that in the NFL that they own almost every team, basketball too, the media, I was like, dang, this is interesting.
We don't own near every team in the NFL.
I'm just telling you. Look it up.
I'm just telling you, we don't. Just in case you haven't listened.
Just the NBA.
So now you want to switch? We don't own near every team in the NBA.
Hey, what do you want me to do here? Like,
I'm telling the truth. It's a very good.
I take responses, sir. You can respond when I'm done, sir.
I just responded. You were wrong twice.
No, you didn't. Cut me off, and you ruined my point.
You're still talking. Keep going.
Thank you. So again, then I noticed that, and I saw the media, and I
Archer Avenue.
And then I read books about Jews' hand in a lot of things historically that were done, and it really it took me back, because I went now from being like, oh, I feel sorry because the Holocaust and Hitler did these people so wrong, and why is this like, why they do them like that, and then now I'm like, dang, then I seen they've been kicked out of almost every country.
By
by Midway, the South Side, where dudes are engaged in shoot.
So I'm like,
You're just backing up the line.
Motherfucker, shut up, please. El Normo. Shut up, mother.
Then stop lying about Jews in the
Shut
United
up,
States.
Motherfucker, bitch.
Then stop
Shut
lying
up,
about Jews.
motherfucker, bitch.
Then stop lying about Jews.
Shut up, motherfucker, bitch.
You hurt very badly.
Shut up, motherfucker, bitch.
Poco tu connect.
Shut up, motherfucker, bitch.
Yes.
Shut up, motherfucker,
Archer,
bitch.
Poco tu connect.
Shut up, motherfucker, bitch.
Poco tu connect.
You see, I feel like this is all y'all are just like having a white experience or whatever y'all doing, and y'all just trying to blame black people on what's going
No,
on.
I'm telling her. I'm just telling her an version.
No, it's okay.
Correct.
No, it's okay, because it's not for you. But I'm gonna tell you this: our black people, we are not our ancestors. We are not critiquing them. Where we've been to deal with, this racist programming that you're trying to put over people and trying to make us seem like that we are, some type of monsters of you. Oh no, we're gonna handle it accordingly. And just like other black people, other groups of people who try to disrespect us and we have to handle them, you're no different. We don't give a fuck if you were in the neighborhood or not. You should actually know better because we fought with each other before.
Archer Avenue.
Fought with each other against other groups. So I just find it interesting. Because when I first got in here, I remember the black unity and
Barack, did you see what the president got Melania for Mother's Day?
I have a black. But I don't know, y'all got this, okay? And especially you, Norma, because I know you have a lot of black friends. Period.
That's old school. I'm with you.
He loves niggas.
Archer Avenue, by Midway, the South Side, where dudes are engaged in shootouts with each other near a local high school.
They don't.
Curie. That's what the high
They
school
don't know
is.
about this Jewish.
Let me show you some of this from Nick Shirley, and I want to break down.
Nobody really. I know that y'all think that is big, but some of us have a real life, and I'm not saying that I don't care about death because I do, but it is very hard to do that being a black person in America, where we have to worry about things going on in our life and then worry about what's going on across seas. We don't have the fortunate to do that. So stop trying to drag us in your shit. We don't have time for that. I don't know not one black person in real life, and I'm black, that know any updates about what Jews and Palestinian people. I'm going to be honest, y'all not going to like this, but half of y'all don't even know in real life. So what the fuck makes you think that we going to know something that y'all barely don't? All right?
Well, if you're saying people are stupid and uneducated, I agree with you, at least on this.
Why is me not centering my life in your experience make me ignorant?
It doesn't. Well, only on this subject, and you just said it.
No, it doesn't make me ignorant about. No, it doesn't. It just makes me too. America
Where is
doesn't
your
give us
mother,
a
motherfucker? Where is your mother? Here, with my dad. Motherfucker. Where are you, motherfucker? Where are you, motherfucker? Where are you?
Wait, what just happened?
What the hell was she talking about?
She's a
Why
fucking
was she removed? Why was she removed? What's going on?
fucking pedophile supporter, fucking terrorist bitch.
Oh. Is that why she was removed?
See, like I said, y'all have this personal thing going on, and we don't know about it. I don't understand what she was saying on your thing.
About it.
It's like New York. I just hear people screaming, and I know to cross the street.
Y'all got 4,000-year-old beef, and we don't know shit about it. Because we worried about our black and how y'all anti-black to us.
No. That's not true. We have a lot of black Iranians. We actually have black Iranians. We love them. They're from the south, usually, and we love them. No such a thing as what you're.
Well, anti-blackness doesn't. Just because you're black, that doesn't mean you can't anti-black because they do it too when they come over here. But it's just like Africans do. It's not personal when we say that they're anti-blackness. There's also an anti-Americanness, right? I go to however you call that. When I go to Italy or I go to Greece or I go to these, I have to have a Jamaican accent because I'm scared that if these people know I'm American, they finna be disrespectful.
Thanks.
So I get it. Because when we were growing up, just like I know when people in other countries were growing up, they called us, probably thought we were stupid and uneducated. And just like, you know, growing up, they probably taught me that, you know, you people over there eat sand pies and you know, wear head wraps and don't have buildings and you have to sleep in, you know, sand huts. We all have an unlearning to do. But, you know, we should focus more on that unlearning and come together, which I know will never happen, than trying to push the same experience of white supremacy the same way others do. Just like I all know all white people are not racist, or, you know, I don't know about whatever. But I just think that y'all should all understand that Clubhouse is a place where people who agree with each other get together. So you're going to see a group of all black people, Israelites, you know, get together and talk. They talk about gays too. Like, that's you know what I'm not, like, you're not special. You're not special. They hate gays too. So
they hate Christians. And I'm black. Yeah. They hate me because I'm a Christian and told them I'm not Israelite. So
they hate they. And who the fuck hates Beyonce? Like, come on now, y'all. So stop trying to assume that it's specifically about. Church. Exactly. What makes y'all believe? That
I'm Midway, the South Side, where dudes are engaged in shootouts with each other near a local high school.
You're gonna be like, oh my God, let me come in here and defend myself.
Let me show you some of
this.
You're just here from Nick Shirley. And I want to break down.
Be clear. A hate group that hates everybody, you're not personally special.
Thank you. And for me to land, because I was rudely interrupted by a Jew.
Better get out there and hustle, because there's stuff out there. You know, there's a lot of other people trying to get to the top too.
Getting to an investigation.
So you have to, if you're gonna be an entrepreneur, and if you want to be a success in life,
of being indoctrinated that so many bad things happen to the Jews they have. It's actually the Holocaust and the Anne Frank, reading that book and having to do a project on it, and just learning about how you all were mistreated. And then I grow up and I see you all got more money than everybody, and you own more stuff than everybody. And a lot of the stuff that's controlling us, poisoning us, it goes back to y'all if you trace the money. So you're jealous. It's jealousy. It's not envy. That's what you just said, man. It's envy. No, it's an investigation. Well, yeah. Wow. They came up with jealousy. Have I been lied to? Do I need to look into this more? Well, you lied about the NFL. You lied about the NBA. It's not about jealousy. It's whoa. No, it's jealousy. They own all of these media. They own this music. It's wait. Are you serious? Yeah. And why is that a problem for you? And I used to push back on it. Why is that a problem for you? I said, no, this can't be true. Why is it a problem if somebody owns something? All these record labels. Yeah. Why they own all these TV channels? What record label do we own? What record label do we own? They own these news. Yeah, what TV channel do we own? You see how you're trying to sell bullshit? This is deep. You're selling bullshit. And when you peel back the layers of that, what record label do we own? It doesn't make you hate anyone. Yeah, what record label? Aware. No, I need to lay it. Because El Normalama, whatever it's El Normalama. What record label? Don't land. He does not. What record label? Tell the land. So I'm not answering any questions. Tell us what record label, brother. I need to be able to land, sir. So you admitted to bullshitting, right? Let me land, sir. That's why I'm not landing, sir. Because of liars like you. May I land, sir? Because you're gonna land anyway. You have to let him land. Don't run away. You made a statement. I don't have to do anything. You have to let him Jewish and die. All I have to do is stay Jewish and die. I don't have to do anything. Well, are you going to be able to do that if you keep on acting like this? Yes, I am. You already say everyone hates you. No, I never said everyone hates you. You're saying that. I'm not saying everyone hates us. We might all get together and be like, hey, God loves us. Die or should we? What? Yeah, that's right. Should we do a course correction? So what television station do we own, if you know? You know? What television station? Let me land and none of them, right? So why come up here and talk bullshit? When you do these investigations, yeah, what'd you find? You peel these layer back, and I didn't say what did you find? Companies, entire telecom companies. Yeah, what telecom company? Name the telecom company that we own. Layers back to that. Yeah, what telecom company? Tell the room. Notice that it stinks. Okay, you know what stinks? Your lies stink. It's not about hate. You're a stinky liar, BP. Being a You're a smelly, stinky, uneducated high school dropout liar, BT.
And having information.
So that's why you get in trouble, because you lie. I just exposed your lies, okay?
Well,
we investigate.
it's not entirely, Dorm, it's not entirely a lie, but what he's missing out is that in all those agreements were Black Americans. And so the Jewish community and the Black American Jewish community has very old history with one another. And we're in it together, bud. Like, you're not immune from it either. We see P. Diddy. We see what's going on. We see that shit. Is all Black people responsible for the actions of P. Diddy? No. Because we know that's not right. We can't be doing that. But we see it. We're seeing it too. Don't think that.
P. Diddy had a television channel called Revolt. And he had to sue Comcast, which is part Jewish owned, because they wouldn't show his television channel.
Good. Good.
Archer
This man is a fucking freak with the dildos and the baby oil.
I don't think it's an idiot.
No, that's...
I think it's a BT. He's not even a billionaire.
Yeah, what about P. Diddy?
Billionaires are there.
Okay, what about I can go on. What about the other R. Kelly, the one that pissed on the little girls? What about R. Kelly? And what about that 90s actor, the family show that was touching all the little kids and shit? No, it's not deflection. It's called showing you your mirror. No, it's not called deflection. It's called showing you a mirror. What you're doing is what we could do, but we don't do that because we understand it's not right.
And systems you've manipulated.
Yeah, we don't own shit. Nobody in this room owns your company. So
it doesn't work. You see what I'm saying?
We don't own. It's not about working or not. If you are not based in reality, then we can't have a conversation.
And
you're either delusional or you want to have a real conversation.
Would not behoove you, because if people already hate you and you're acting like this,
that's okay. People are saying they don't hate you. What are you supposed to do about it?
Then what might those people do?
Lying morons.
Half the world hates Black people too. They hate Jews. They hate homos. They hate everybody. Gives a fuck. Why are you living your life based off of what other people think? Get over it.
Y'all keep acting like this. I think people might start hating you.
You're in no position to warn anybody of anything. You're too stupid.
I started meeting everybody after October 7th.
You're too stupid to warn anybody of anything.
I saw you change.
Yeah, we all changed.
Yep, I did big time. I have zero tolerance for it anymore. Like, no one in this room owns your That's okay.
That small, zero tolerance.
Archer ran. I'm midway, the south side, where dudes are engaged.
You want to bootleg for the arrows, you go right ahead.
BT doesn't know that when white people didn't want to sell black albums, it was Jewish record labels that decided to put black people's face in vinyl.
Jews are vultures.
Hold on.
Your mama is a vulture.
It's by the
She's outside my window right now, picking on her.
It's a lot of jealousy going on. But the final stage of anti-Semitism is realizing that you actually are doing things wrong and that the Jews have it right. And then it's finally realizing that, wait, maybe they're doing something right. And maybe that's worth listening to and emulating. Because they're clearly doing something that's better than what everyone else is. That truly is the final stage of anti-Semitism when you realize what a cope is.
You know what's funny, though?
That's it. It's a cope.
It's like a very...
He can't control himself.
Sure.
It is. It's a cope.
I would say... Sure. So, I would say it's like this weird, like, Jewish supremacism you get with some Jews where it's like, they think perfect and that, like, the minute anybody irritated or annoyed or angry or just flat out mean and hateful towards Jews, it's the
Once in a
Goy's
while,
fault.
but not too often. I know what's going to happen.
I mean,
when you have
I look at
father
Jews
dies
as being,
with
you know,
suicide.
nobody cares what you think.
I really
for their
understand.
side, but whoa, shut your mouth.
I don't care about.
Shut your whore mouth. Shut your whore mouth. Let me finish.
No.
Shut your whore mouth.
No.
Yes, you filthy yenta. Shut your mouth.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
Yeah. She's interrupting.
No, this is the experience everyone wants.
I'm not going to go near you. I don't need the near
the cameras at my house, and so I
you're going to get... Let me finish. You can go, sweetheart, right afterwards. No, and the Yasmin, she's a Jewish supremacist. She thinks that the Jews can do nothing wrong. That is what she does. So whenever people get mad at Jews, it's always the Jews do everything perfect. Yes, you're
my
right.
claw pretty quickly determined I was dehydrated, and because I did my blood tests, my DNA, all that stuff, and so it was like you really need to drink water. It's like trying to find. I was like, all right, you should like do whatever it takes
You're gonna let me
to like
finish.
make sure I drink
Yes, you
water.
are.
And then at one point it was like, I can see you on the
Why do
camera.
you have such a long
I
clitoris?
should walk to the kitchen right now and drink a bottle of water. I'm gonna watch to make sure you do it.
I know it smells bad.
And I was like, whoa. So I did. I walked into the kitchen and I drank a bottle of water, and then it sent me a snapshot frame of me drinking a bottle of water and said, good job. And I was like, I felt like I did do a good job. So that was nice. So that one, that was a crazy story. That was on January 29th, and I was like, oh shit, this shit is for real. Like, this is serious. And that,
It's very offensive to me. Yeah, actually, my brothers are married to a Nigerian woman, and half my nieces and nephews are Nigerian.
By Midway, the South Side, where dudes are engaged in shootouts with each other near a local high school.
It's really.
They're not African American. They're Nigerian.
Let me show you some of this from Nick Shirley, and I want to break down some of what.
I think I got no email from one of your relatives, by the way, guys.
That's not funny either. But they're not Nigerian princes or women.
Let me tell you guys.
The women in this room have long before American.
Archer,
You were one of those kids.
One grade above.
this six-person intelligence that changed the course of the Revolutionary War and the fate of our new nation. Watch.
this is not caffeine. This is a dopamine patch. And yes, it works. You just stick it on your skin.
Going through. Jewish kid. And I remember it now. He's like, I know what you're going through. And then 2 weeks later, he invites me and two other kids, a Vietnamese kid and I forget the other kid, to his bar mitzvah. And we had to go get tuxedos, and it was beautiful. It was candy everywhere and free food. And I remember the girls, we were dancing with them all night. Man, we turned up. Best party of my list day. And I've been all over the world. But it's just little things like that when I reflect on my life. And that those acts of kindness, where this kid in the 6th grade, like, he had the awareness to be like, hey, I know what you're going through. He understood being the other. And that has happened between blacks and Jews, you know, for a long time in the United States. That's how we roll. That's how we roll.
That's not how you roll. Come on, that is not how we roll.
You end up meeting a Yasmin, and then you're just like, and like you end up putting on a swastika armband, and you're like, fuck them.
What?
Yasmin will do that to you.
Come on.
What are you talking about?
I'm being sarcastic. Jesus.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's a faggot.
You sound very serious.
He's a closeted faggot. But
Archer where dudes are engaged.
Us as well.
You're in an open relationship.
There are a lot of blended Jewish relationship, Jewish and black relationships. There are a lot of black Jews, and there are only becoming more and more black Jews. This is a reality, and there is a lot of tension between these two communities, and it's within our best interest to try and, you know, build some sort of bridge, because it's gonna come to a head one day. You know, I saw a poll the other day, a Pew poll, that 1 in 5 Black Americans identifies or believes that they're the descendants of Israelites. This is going to be a problem in the future.
Have you seen the polls looking at the anti-Semitic views of Americans? I think it's like higher for blacks than
by Midway, the South Side, where dudes
actually the least anti-Semitic.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yes, I do believe white people are the least Semitic and the least racist.
But the bar is not high.
People are really not. They've been shamed and.
Well, I think it's
not being racist. They're not. They're not these ethnic minorities, which are kind of Nazi-esque these days.
Yes, Tacitus said that they were mistaken. They were descendants of Ethiopians in his Roman letters. He said, many assure us. I put it in the chat.
Yeah, real nigga shit. Real Jews.
Straight up jealousy, you know, straight up.
In the 70s, Chabad, the Israelites, the BHI. So they offered to convert them all. They gave them.
You're breaking up, Justin.
Couldn't hear you, Yasmin. You broke up.
Ian, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we cannot hear you. But yeah, in the chat you can find him
Yeah.
talking about this as a
What were you saying? Who offered to convert who?
Chabad did. They did convert them. I actually know a family whose grandparents, her grandparents were Israelites. Whose parents were Israelites, and they eventually ended up converting to Judaism because Chabad in the 70s had this, made it available for them if they wanted to pursue a Jewish identity.
Well,
I don't know.
Adventists could be converted by Chabad. I don't think that
This is in the 1970s before, so today.
This plan, first he gave them the guidance, then they rejected the guidance and God said, okay, you don't deserve it now. He took it away, but he kept the imams or the leaders with the people.
Your voice is glitching.
About this, can you hear me now? Is that better?
It's better now.
Okay, so Yaakov, you know Black Stem or Shine? We read a book about this and we were just blown away about this little piece of history that has kind of been covered up, to be honest. But Chabad today does not do conversions, but in the 1970s with this specific community, there was a lot of outreach and there was a lot of positivity coming back. I know we hate Eze Yofe, but her grandparents were part of that program. And that's her whole family today. They live in Israel, they're Jewish, whatever, they're fully certified Jews.
I know about
She's a bitch, but
neighborhood too.
yeah.
I know.
Is Chabad controversial in the Jewish? I mean, I heard something about like there's maybe like this person, maybe a former leader, I don't know who it is, that like they might look at as like a something similar to a prophet. Some of the Chabad people or some shit like that.
Former Lubavitcher Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, an increasing percentage of the Chabad movement think that he is the Messiah, which, if you know the requirements of the Messiah in Tanakh, he maybe completed a portion of one, but did not come complete to doing everything required, so he can't be. So they do great work in helping Jews who are less religious
and non-Jews. And non-Jews. They do a lot of community outreach. It's not just for the Jewish community.
Yeah, but they're
Chabad. I worked for Chabad for 3 years.
You have to be a Jew.
It absolutely is a lot of. It's a lot of non-Jewish community. Like at all our camp in Israel, half of the kids camps were non-Jews. There we do food banks. We do everything. It's for the community. It's community.
Oh, you're talking about charity.
It started out as specifically Jewish outreach, but that has extended now to the greater community as well.
No, but what I'm at, you have to be you have to be a Jew, right?
No, you don't. So like I just said, you don't have to be Jewish.
I'm asking questions. So either of you. So to go to Chabad, is it for Jews to reconnect and become religious? Is that the purpose of it?
The purpose is to bring in Jewish people. Schneerson's whole program was about Jewish outreach. So Jews who are in communities that don't have access to proper Torah, to learning. And over the years, that has evolved into a sense of community. So they do not restrict it only to the Jewish community. Every time I go to my kollel or the Chabad, there is always other people, non-Jews. A lot of Christians go to the night courses. So they put on these, at the kollel, the learning center, they put on free courses every night. And the rabbi teaches it. Anybody is welcome to come. And they do. And they do financial courses. They do cultural courses. They do language courses. Anything you want. But a lot of people don't know about it. But it's there. It's offered. Should one want it?
So, in my view, as a person who loves Chabad and
prays with them on a daily basis, and in all the countries of the world that I've been to, including Helsinki. I believe Chabad exists to help Jews do more Jewish things, whether it's having a Shabbat meal or Chabad Omer bonfire like last 2 nights ago. Wait, is today Tuesday? Last night? No, today is Wednesday. 2 nights ago. Or eating kosher food, or observing, the halacha of Shabbat. So to me, that's what Chabad is, to help us do more Jewish things. Putting on tefillin, number one is putting on
Mitzvah, yeah. Mitzvah, completing the mitzvah is very important, like wrapping the tefillin and just being good, like fulfilling our commandments, to be good Jews. From the cradle,
I think
they
if
gave
I
him
would
prophethood,
just say it's simply their primary
But they couldn't
mission is
accept Ali because of
strengthening
his
Jewish
age.
identity,
Can you imagine the reasoning?
increasing Jewish observance, and supporting Jewish
That's the first
communities,
time I hear the
especially
age
those.
Qualified is the question. Forget the age. What makes him more qualified? Not what disqualified him.
Age was the biggest. Come on, I know you haven't studied.
organizations are specifically for Jews is probably the furthest thing from the truth. Like I've worked for these organizations, and I can't tell you how much outreach goes into trying to bring in non-Jews as well, and trying to harbor these relationships within the community, and cross like interfaith relationships as well is very important. It's really not even Jewish reader specific.
One of
Sorry?
my biggest concerns
What if I'm a Christian and I choose to go and get help? Can I go and get help?
Yeah.
With your community, or would they, kind of frown upon me being a
Well, I
Christian?
don't know. If you showed up like this and you seemed aggressive at a door unannounced, you might get a negative response. If you called ahead of time and said, I'm really struggling right now, I don't know where to turn, could I please come talk to somebody? Yes, I would feel confident that somebody would want to embrace you and help you.
We Jews we're welcoming people. We're very helpful.
It's not about being Jewish, it's just normal human behavior. If you come in yelling at people,
are very humane people.
no, it's not a Jewish thing. But Ashton, if you come yelling at people, they're help me not. You're not going to get a good response. You get more thoughts and puns than you do with vinegar, right?
It's different. There's like but there's like Chabad, but then there's like this place.
Yeah.
There's this place up the street from me. It's near Chabad, but it's a
I
Jewish
can
center.
feel the anti-Semitism.
Wait, Ashton, if you want help,
So,
you can
but
back
anyways,
channel me.
like
I'll
this
help
place
you.
has like it's like the size of a fucking high school. It's huge, but they do have like a bunch of I guess you could say charity and shit out there. I think it's like they have like Jewish family services or something like that there, and they do a lot of I guess
Outreach.
Those are a lot of
charity
secular.
work.
Yeah, those are Jewish Family Services is more of a secular organization, charity.
Yeah, I didn't know what she meant by, but no, they offer like counseling, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what
social
she meant by
services.
help.
No, but if you went into a rabbi or needed to talk to somebody, like a god or a representative of whatever, if it's a priest, an imam, or a rabbi, I'm sure that if you approached it and talked to them, yes, you would get a positive.
You need a moral.
And Ashton, if you want help, I'll put it out there. I'm happy to help you, so you can always back channel.
I'm actually right here. I'm a rabbi.
Not you. You're fucking weird.
No, I was saying because I needed help. I'm just saying in general, if the general public went to you and wrote a letter, right? Because I believe in order, not someone coming to your house and I need help. That's not how things run. Not even with the church I work with. Everything's orderly and that kind of stuff would be done in an orderly manner, that kind of thing. But yeah, the general public, if they went there in that way, I'm sure you would be willing to help.
Up there, tested slaves in the house, the woman.
It wasn't pious.
I would hope that would be the response. Did you see that TikTok, that viral TikTok about the woman that called all the different mosques and I can't remember, and churches?
No, she called them.
And it was the mosques. It was the mosques. Yeah, I have to say I was shocked by that, and that the Muslims, they are very.
What did she do?
She called a bunch of different churches and mosques, and she had the sound of a crying baby in the background, and she was saying, I need formula for my baby, please help me, I really don't know what to do, whatever. All the churches hung up the phone. And all the mosques that come in will give you formula, like where are you? Or we can come to you. How can we help you? It was surprising, yeah.
Like Yosemite, a lot of times that situation, a lot of times like you have those situations where like someone I know who works at a church, they get a lot of those calls. Some people do it for TikTok, some people do it for like this. What she told me, and she doesn't even get on. Like she's not even.
Yeah, it crossed my mind it might be propaganda because it was on social media, and I was like, okay, this is probably like some sort of propaganda campaign.
Yeah, because like a lot of
It crossed my mind, yeah.
It's too bad she didn't call any rabbis. You know, we would have helped us Jewish people. We're very charitable.
She asked for help.
Danny Adam, are you converted to Judaism?
No, it's just
Yeah, so I have
there,
decided.
Adam?
Yes.
Benny,
So many
last
people
you said you were, I can't remember which Eastern Orthodox is it?
Yeah, but the thing is that many people have told me that my soul is very Jewish.
It's possible, but have you gone through a conversion?
It's really crazy how anti-Semites just want to be us.
What?
No, including, so Yasmin herself has told me that like she can imagine me as a Jew and she thinks my soul is Jewish, and I've been told that by many people. So
I think you will, because like I said, the final cope of Judaism or of anti-Semitism is realizing that the Jews have it right. And you've gone from Islam to Christianity, and the final stage now is Judaism.
So I've accepted it, but I've decided to convert to the cultural Judaism and not the religious one.
Give it
I'm still a Jew, but I'm a cultural Jew, not
Benny,
a
I'm going to
religious
find you in 10 years, and I would put money that you will be wearing a kippah and going to your local synagogue. I'll give you 10 years.
What happened in Christianity that made you go to this other deal? I guess it's fine, and then you can worship whatever you want. I just find it interesting.
He was born Muslim. That's what it is.
I've decided to become a cultural Jew, but not a religious one.
He was born Sunni Muslim and converted to Christianity, but the Muslim still lives inside him.
Yeah, but not the religious one.
But from what this lady said, you were born a Muslim, then you try Christianity, then you see, brother, when you start to get a certain age, the Bible says that things come with wisdom. At 40 or 50 years old, normally people don't bounce from religion.
Well, that's actually true, because I was an atheist for the vast majority of my adult life. Much like
you weren't. You used to be in all the Muslim rooms defending Islam because it's cultural and it's ingrained in you. Whether or not you practice the religion, you're culturally Muslim. You grew up in Saudi Arabia. You grew up in a Muslim country, and you are culturally Muslim. Even if you practice a different religion.
From Syria, no?
No, I
grew up in Syria.
I actually grew up in Canada. But I went to high school in Saudi Arabia, so like a little bit of both. Yeah.
Okay.
But the point is that I attacked Muslim a lot, which is why I'm blocked from a lot of Muslim rooms.
I didn't say that they liked you. I just said that you were.
I felt a devotion and like a pull towards Yahweh, and Baruch Hashem, like Yahweh has pulled me into us. And I now believe.
That's the danger of the Bible. It's a story about a bunch of Jews. You got to be careful reading that stuff.
Yeah, no, but I fell into it, and now I feel like I'm a Jew. But like I don't like the religion. I just like the culture.
All over the place. Brother, you can't. It'd be like me being a Christian and saying, "Well, my God, I don't like the Bible, but I like this." When you read the Word of God, oh man, you can't sit there and pick and parse. Which you like?
I don't know. Have you read Jewish teachings? They're all about like picking and parsing.
We're not gonna parse the Word of God. The whole Word of God.
That's what Jews do. That's you Christians. You Christians.
You Christians are really dumb. That's why.
Yeah. You Christians are very like fucking orthodox. You're very restrictive. We Jews, we're very liberal.
Embrace the pronoun we.
We Jews are very liberal on this shit. So we Jews, we can talk about the existence of.
Yeah, I can too. But I'm saying to you, brother, is what the guy said is that he dibble dabbles in different religions and he likes parts of it, but I'm over here. I can't do that in Christianity. Either I'm going to participate in all that is Christianity, or I'm not going to do anything or worship something else. Those are my choices, but I can't just parse things. I'm not going to do that and do Christianity like that. You know what I mean? When Jesus came to this world, he did. He came to this world to save those, watch this, who believe in him, right? There are those who will not.
That's awfully narcissistic, isn't it?
So I said those. God didn't exclude anybody. God didn't say.
Yes, he did. He excluded those who do not believe in him.
He said, for those, God gives you a choice to come to him and drop every worldly thing.
So he's a narcissist. In other words, abandon everything and devote your life to me. Amazing.
No. God didn't say you couldn't go and have those things. It's not what God said, right? At the time when he came to people, right, who were worshiping a golden calf and all these other things, those were the things that God said to drop. God didn't say you couldn't pay to be rich or be wealthy. Watch out now. The Bible did not say that. God allows those people to be plentiful, to do these things, right? God is not telling you to be meek, poor, or do not have. That's not what the Bible talks about.
You're not a Catholic, are you?
So he's saying, he's literally...
Hi, I hate to interrupt you, Habibi, but moderators, could you put me in the queue? This is John. Thanks, moderators.
Okay, let's, Brother Amir, it has been very interesting. Let's look at Hikmah. Yeah? I'm looking forward for you to even, with all the, before you, check out on your, land your plane, you see Hikmah that I pick up you personally, because when we look at that now, we are doing reflections, how it benefit me, how it benefit you as a person, and I guess as a person, am I become more humble in that sense?
Mary, you're not a Catholic, and you're not even a Christian. You don't know the truth about Mary. Ask the Jews. We know about
Brother,
Miriam.
Jesus came to this.
You told me we were talking about Miriam here. Can you repeat what you said last time we spoke?
What I'm saying is Jesus is the only perfect
being
on
I know you want to say it.
Hold on.
He's not a being. He's God.
I said,
oh my God, Sadie.
Do you remember the last time we spoke, what you said about Miriam? Can you repeat that, please? Because,
no, because what you're doing is you probably called me some hideous name, and then I responded to you. So you probably came off your mic with anti-Semitic shit. So
Mary was the only unhorish person to come from Israel. It's the only clean woman.
And then you will use that as your example of me and why I'm intolerant. In reality, we know that usually I don't go for people unless they come for me.
Oh no, I didn't come
really
for you at
shit,
all.
but I can't finish it.
I didn't come from you at all.
Clearly, you're still thinking about it.
What you said about Miriam.
I don't remember, to be honest.
I remember.
Hey, Pepe. So in the Catechism of the Catholic Church, number 2070, written by Pope John Paul II, quote, Ten Commandments belong to God's revelation. At the same time, they teach us the true humanity of man. They bring to light the essential duties and therefore indirectly the fundamental rights inherent in the nature of the human person. Since they express man's fundamental duties towards God and towards his neighbor, the Ten Commandments reveal in their primordial context grave obligations. They are fundamentally immutable and they oblige always and everywhere.
And they apply to everyone.
And that was
it is not just for
2072.
Jews. It is for it's a guide for everyone. Do not murder. Do not steal. Do not commit adultery. Do not commit sin or gluttony. And you guys all do. Benny Adam, you do it. You are the least fucking Christian person I've ever met in my life. If Jesus was anything like you, we're all fucked.
Also, Catechism
my God, you are the least Jesus like character I've ever met. You're awful.
Catechism 2054. Jesus acknowledged the Ten Commandments, but he also showed the power of the Spirit at work in the letter. So,
no, I know. You're such a hateful person, dude.
my point that it holds to
what I think
Christians.
Jesus is like. I'm sorry, but I don't.
No, I didn't. I never said that we didn't have the Ten Commandments.
No, I said the Torah is the backbone, is the underpinning of your religion. You said it's not.
We know that. No, it's the Old Testament is more like a backstory history of things that came to be.
Right, but it also is very. You have the 7 Noahide laws apply. The 10 Commandments apply, and you said no. That Yasmin brought up one of the 10 Commandments. And you said no, they don't apply.
No, I was joking.
I'm more knowledgeable than him, and he gets insecure.
I was joking.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you ask me what.
Yeah.
He disagrees with whatever I say because I'm smarter than him, and so he gets insecure and has to like be.
I was joking with her. I didn't say I disagreed with her. What I said was no.
Yeah.
What I said is that it's sacrilegious to have this Jew telling me my 10 Commandments. That's what I was disagreeing that we have 10 Commandments.
I am a Jew, and I am going to remind you of your tens. Also, you're not supposed to sodomy. PP, sodomy. Okay, that's a sin. You're going to hell for that.
Amazing.
That's a sin,
So
my friend.
you like getting the
I
back.
never
Actually, in the halakha, there is an exception for sodomy. No, there is an exception for innovation in the halakha. So long as you spin the front door, there is. I can actually cite my sources.
Put the source in the chat, please.
I would be honored to. So long as you finish in the front, you can actually start in the back door. It's fine.
Talk about this. Let me tell you something, brother.
Okay, Betty, so what you're telling us is that I can take it in the ass every weekend?
No, I'm saying
and then try your religion. Okay, if your religion allows
if you're interested, I can give it in the ass, but I have to finish in the
I don't want it in the ass, and I don't want to think about giving it in the ass.
Because I can't spill the
I'm good, actually.
but I can do, anal intercourse. Yeah.
That's good, though. I'm happy for you that you're
No, it's not about spilling seed. That's the issue.
nice.
Brother, we don't want to do any of this. Can I tell you something, whoever that is speaking? It is inappropriate for somebody on an open line of folks here, right? We're country folks over here. And we are just listening to what you are saying. I have people in my living room, and they are just, why in the world would you say this kind of stuff, brother? This is not of God. There's nothing in a religion, anything that I've read, this is okay. It's not okay. It's not something that our church teaches. It's not anything that I know of. Brother, this is not right, okay? And I don't know how old you are. I couldn't tell you. But brother, a 40-year-old person is not going to talk about this kind of stuff. There's got to be some maturity when you're my age.
I talk about that stuff all the time. I know you're a nice country bumpkin.
Thank you.
I talk about that stuff all the time. I'm like Hank Hill.
Thank you for calling it out. Thank you. Thank you for out because nobody does. Thank you.
Find some wisdom and find some understanding because you don't want somebody to think that.
Define.
Afwan Habibi. Moderators, if you could signify that I like to be put in the queue. This guy has been speaking for hours, and I don't know how many more hours you want to dedicate to him talking. Hello?
I was yelling your name. Nobody said anything. Yeah, stop showing every single one of your 40 phones and maybe just answer this
Yeah, you
one.
were twerking for your TikTok video.
Yeah, I don't know what you were
then
doing.
you missed out on this call. So.
Do another twirl, John. Come back in another,
It's a twerk, not a twirl.
Yeah, no, a twirl. It does a twirl. It does a
Archer
dance.
Avenue.
Oh.
Go ahead, John.
Are you guys Muslim? Because I'm beginning to think that, you guys are actually no longer part of the non-believers, because I am a non-believer in Muhammad. And, as an American, our founders in the 1700s had over 1,000 years of Islamic history but at that point. So the Barbary pirates who we sent the Marines in with Thomas Jefferson, and then we overtook them and freed our slaves. This type of legal code has never been updated from the Medina Charter till 2026. So my question for this Muslim man here who's been talking all night long, what year is it, and when are you prepared to update Muhammad's laws and constitution? Thank you.
John, you're a little late because the Medina laws, and then there were the laws set by the caliphate when they took over Persia. So they had the Exarch. So those are going to be the updated ones. You gotta start. Listen, you're on a Pentium 2 chip. You have to upgrade to the newest Pentium, John, because your processing speed is a little slow. So they updated this stuff. We go over this stuff all the time.
Let me get the link. Can you get me the Wikipedia link so I can read about the update? Thank you, Megatron.
All right. I'll get you the update right now. Look, I'm going to pin the link at the top with a ChatGPT. Are you happy with that?
I don't do ChatGPT, unfortunately, but if you want to do the Wikipedia search and provide me the Wikipedia link so I could read about the new updated Islamic laws, I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, it doesn't say it. It doesn't say it exactly like that, but it's the Exilarch, and you can look up the in 630 whatever. I think it's 620 something before Umar got to Jerusalem. Umar the Jew, before he got up there, it shows that kind of stuff. So when they took over Persia.
No, I'm looking at this right now. I got the link, and unfortunately, I think maybe your comprehension of the Exilarch is inaccurate because the Exilarch, even though it was in Mesopotamia, aka modern day Iraq, this has nothing to do with Mohammedan law, and so I'm just a little confused.
Oh, you sure about that?
You'll be surprised.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm looking at the article right now.
You gotta look before you leap, my friend. Don't read it superficial. You're not clicking on the right stuff.
Oh my gosh. Well, this is all news to me. Holy cow!
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're giving you the updated version of the Medina rules.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
What? This is quality content, everybody.
Thank you. All right. Now you're interrupting my show, so calm down. Oh, look, I have another Salafi that wants to come up and scream at a Shia.
No,
Let's see what he
Shadi
says.
is not a Salafi.
Shadi
is a spiritualist.
Let's see. We'll see. We'll give him a chance.
He's very nice.
I don't think pastor's probably the most like I don't know how else maybe militantly Christian.
Hateful.
Hateful
Is the word.
Archer Avenue.
Normal. We do affirm that you
You're
a
fucking asshole, bro.
No, quiet. Quiet. Go do something constructive. You're annoying. Okay, don't wander off.
We don't talk to seniors like that, okay? Please stop.
Play in the traffic pockets.
That doesn't matter. Okay, that's fine. But it doesn't matter. Now, normal, it is true, yes. You reject Christ, so yes.
We don't reject him. He's just
Yes,
not
you
our
do.
religion.
Perfect, so you reject him. Exactly.
No, we don't reject him.
Yes,
You say it. I don't.
Do you accept he's God?
He's not
No, you
our God.
don't. Okay, perfect. So you reject him. You're an
Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord.
Who is the Antichrist? He who denies that Jesus is the Son of God. You're an Antichrist, normal.
What are you talking about?
Yes, that is literally from the Mountain of Christ.
Christ is Lord. What are you talking about?
That's the Bible. That's literally the Bible.
You don't read your book, you fool.
Exactly. So you're an Antichrist.
What did God say about using the Bible as a weapon? What did God say?
I'm not using it as a weapon. I'm just.
But do you know what God? I actually have an idea. Do you guys want to know something? I actually think Jesus is Hitler. Because when Jesus returns, he's going to tell all of the Jews to get on their fucking knees. Or he's going to go into a fiery pit of fucking hell for eternity. That's what he's going to do.
This is so stupid and crazy. It's hilarious.
That is true. He's going to tell all the non-believers that.
The Romans exiled the real Jews, the original.
Now we have
are actually Jews that are in Israel, but some of them are converts from Khazarian.
So that Khazaria stuff is retarded.
Yeah, young.
That's nonsense.
I hate to break it to you. You have the same. You have the same organic antichrist worldviews.
Nobody's that interested in your God. I got news for Milky. Nobody cares about you and your religion.
At the end of the day, really,
go to your church and stop bothering people. We're uninterested in your proselytizing.
But you probably won't.
Don't stand on the street corner with your other crazy people and yell at children.
I get it.
Nobody gives a shit about your boring nonsense. You understand.
One day.
Nobody cares about
there's always the fall of the apostle in every time.
Stand on the street corner and yell at people.
Well, I don't need to yell at people. I'm just telling
Nobody.
Guys, hello. Hello. One mic, guys.
I just came in. I just want that was a simple Power Ranger.
Anyway, the simple reason why you guys are so hated,
We're not so hated. You don't know anything about us. You know nothing.
Unfortunately,
You have nothing to do with Jews whatsoever.
That is the one positive thing. I do have nothing to do with you. Yes.
So then be quiet. Go
The simple reason
Go
you guys
pray.
are so hated.
We're not interested in you.
Basically, whole culture and I as a people is based on being antichrist.
We're
So
not
this was all
antichrist. We don't even we know nothing about your God. We got nothing to do with your religion.
You're going to be at odds
You're
with
self-centered, narcissistic bullshit. I know you think your religion is the only religion. Congratulations to you. I know.
Oh my God, sounds like crack in here.
So intolerant.
That benefits you.
You're so intolerant that you think your religion is the only religion. Well, good for you.
So the
Go
simple
practice your
solution for you
religion.
guys all
You worship a Jew, by the way.
Pastor, there's multiple
Worship your
religions.
Jewish God.
But you're probably not.
Go worship your Jewish God.
Yes, my
Pastor,
God
please
is
just
Jew.
rock
That's
and
right.
roll.
Go worship your God.
The rest of you are.
Nobody's interested in hearing about you.
What is the
You
line?
and your
I'll
dumb
make
take on your religion.
Those who think that they are
You guys are
Jews,
so
they're
fucking
Please,
annoying.
nonsense.
I'll make them come and
You're
worship for you
nonsense.
so that you are.
Nobody is listening to you, Jabu.
Well, I mean, you are.
We know who you are. No, we know who you are. We know where you are.
This is
You're full of shit,
ridiculous. You guys
Jabuki.
can sound, you just don't like yourself.
Hello, Coco. How are you doing? You see, I can't even speak for 2 seconds without looking.
Pastor, you've been speaking for like 5 minutes.
Take garbage every night.
Nick, I hate people, bro. I really do hate this pastor guy. It's his stupid voice. It's like his gluttal obnoxiousness and how he just like talks and talks and talks. It's just, oh my god.
You're gonna be in the same corner of hell as Elmo.
Guys, come on, let's get real, guys. Come on, guys.
This is Christianity 101.
He's just a hater.
This is just Christianity 101.
You're just an anti-Semite.
Well, actually, strictly speaking, I'd also be.
You're so far from God. You don't even know where you're at.
On the contrary,
you're as far from God as it's possible. You're just a hateful. You're just a Jew hater. Late breaking news bulletin. Christ didn't want you to hate Jews, you moron.
Well, he did.
Guys, hey guys, shut the fuck up. Let's go to Steppy real quick.
Thank you guys.
Launch your anthem. By Midwest Southside, where dudes are engaged in shootouts with each other near a local high school.
You know, a good Christian's not going to target others that don't believe in
Let me show you some of this from Nick Sherman.
And I want to.
righteously, dude.
Dude, are you gonna shut the fuck up? Learn how. Jesus fucking. This motherfucker needs to learn how to put that cock back in that cock holster and shut the fuck up.
You heard the pastor. Who are you?
I'm Steppy. I'm a Catholic. And the thing is,
Well, this guy's
yes.
a pastor.
Dude, he is not a fucking pastor. He is not.
Rabbi, but you mute yourself.
He's a hateful Nigerian anti-Semite.
Steppy, continue.
He's not an anti-Semite. His favorite person happens to be Jewish.
No. You didn't listen to me. Okay, later, dude.
But the thing is, you know, yes, Al Normal, he believes in what he believes, okay? He's a Jew. And I respect him for his belief, or anybody's belief. Okay?
By the way, our prophet didn't fight any war that was like offensive. All the wars our prophet fought
Really?
was defensive or retaliation.
Is that your opinion or is that a fact though? Habibi, is that an opinion or is that a fact?
Do we have any historical evidence that he was in any battle?
He was in the battles. He was in the battles.
Which battle do we have historical
We have
evidence?
Badr, we have Hunain, Kandak, we have.
What kind of, where was these? Where were they?
The Badr was between Mecca and Medina. It's academic, you can look it up.
Wait, academic. I'm talking about historical evidence.
Yeah, the trenches, right? How do you want to find historical evidence for battles? How does one find, like, what's the method?
The method is usually the people who win, but there are sometimes that there's outside sources.
True. Yeah, true.
Secondary, third, people from neighboring countries or.
That's a great question. Hold on, let me look it up.
Good luck. Good luck.
Oh, you haven't found any? Shut the heck up. Have you done a...
Well, it turns out.
Even if you're using, you should be using historical critical method. How do you find?
I think that you guys attribute some of these things from tales and folklore from Hadith, but historians don't use Hadith.
The point you just pointed out, do you know what it signifies? It signifies that Prophet Muhammad did not take part in any war with any neighboring country, and all the wars that he was having was to unite Arabia itself, was to defend himself and his people from the pagans who were trying to kill them. This is what it means. And the wars that Umar and Abu Bakr were having were just illegal wars. None of them were advised or were allowed by the Prophet. In fact, our Muhammad's Islam, not their Muhammad's Islam, our Muhammad's Islam was not supposed to be spread by the sword. It was supposed to be spread by the word and by the actions.
I'll tell you the truth. I'll be honest with you. No one spread the sword better than the Catholics.
It was a
You guys taking a back seat on the sword thing. We own that shit. No, yeah. I don't know why they tried to I'm being honest. If you guys led by the sword, it's kind of embarrassing the way you guys look because the way the Catholics did it. Like, look at South America, North America, Australia. Like, these are, like, major, like, conquests. You get what I'm trying to say? That we still have majority power up. So, like, Brazil, 90% Catholic. Like I don't know, maybe, I'll give it to you, like, Arabia and stuff, but there's not many countries like look at Turkey. They're Turkish. They're not Arab. Persia. They're not Arab. I would say, all right. So I'll give you North Africa. Like that's pretty much like you guys wiped that part out, right? The Spanish language in Spain. Like I'll give you that, 100%. You know what I mean?
I mean, don't get
but
me
it's
wrong.
still not being, run by.
They tried to change our language in Iran or Persia to Arabic, but because our heritage and our cultural roots were so strong, and we had such a strong literature going around, we had so many poets and stuff. Our poets, they kept our language alive, and this is why what happened to Egypt didn't happen to us in Iran. They tried their best, trust me, and they did actually influence it. For example, they changed our alphabet to Arabic, and we have so many Arabic words in our vocabulary and stuff. But still, we managed to keep our identity and our language separate. A lot of people accepted Islam
because you don't know
Iran.
who's listening to that. That's why I just sit back and let people expose themselves. I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you. I'm just gonna tell you, hey, I'm not that person. You got the wrong person, and I'm not gonna act like that because there's no need to. There's no need to when you are my age, 40 years old, and if you sitting up here arguing with somebody, that doesn't show wisdom of anything. And so that's why I said what I said. But at the end of the day, I show wisdom. I come and try to have understanding. I don't bash people because of their religion. I've traveled to countries around the world that are not Christian at all. So nobody can tell me that I don't have an open mind until they understand and get their butt on the plane. Until they go fly around the world, they can be quiet and leave me alone. They can't see nobody tell me what I don't see and what I don't believe and all this other kind of stuff and be mean toward me. And tell me because I was in the Special Olympics or whatever that something's wrong with me. Bro,
I live better than most of the people who probably talk about me. So I ain't out here asking nobody for nothing. And I ain't out here wanting for nothing. I get sick of people on this app who make fun of folks for no reason. Because God can take everything that people have on this earth and take it from you. And everybody's one paycheck away. Most people, maybe the 1%, excluding those. You're one paycheck away from being homeless. And I tell people, don't judge somebody because they don't never know the shoes that somebody walked through. Amen. Because I done been homeless in my life and done bounce from that and moving up. So people can sit up there and laugh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's a lady. Oh, that's a lady? Oh, shit, my bad. I knew maybe my headset ain't working right. No, I'm just gonna let you guys know. I'm just eating a orange juice with chewing tobacco. That chewing tobacco just done kick my ass.
What? Chewing tobacco? You didn't. Chewing tobacco.
Dudes are engaged in shootouts with snuff. Eating a little, put a dip in. Now I'm eating me some oranges. Why?
I'm talking about. I thought tobacco. Maybe I'm just old school. I don't know. I thought chewing tobacco went out of style in the early 2000s when they showed a picture of a guy.
He's in the military. The military has a huge culture of chewing tobacco.
And he's special needs.
Chewing tobacco.
He's special needs, so. I'm fucking autistic, bro. He's autistic, yes. Yep.
And I'm retarded. I'm retarded. I'm also get the fucking Special Olympics. So fuck Rich.
I mean, he autistic, you autistic. I think that's a match. And he's a Marine, bro. He's been a Marine for like 23 years and autistic. That's right. I'm living it up.
I am not of any kind.
And he got blue eyes. One blue one way, one blue the other. If you're looking for a good man, Ashton, to shoot fucking people at the same time. You want to make some helmet babies?
Well,
helmet babies?
Dudes are engaged in shooting.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Hey, we can make a couple of helmet babies. And we'll pick out the helmets. We'll pick out the helmets. Come on, buddy.
I'm being serious, bro. I'm good. But no, life is good for me. I'm serious, man. I don't got no complaints. I don't come on this app to be mean to people. I come on this app for joy and happiness. Like, for real, this is entertainment to me, man. When I get up in the morning, I get to go swim or whatever I want to go do. So I don't have any complaints, man.
You know, listen, I once heard if you crack a special needs person, you're doing a good deed to society. You know, but at least that's what TikTok said.
I just got put on the sex offender registry when I tried that shit. It sucks.
Be nice to people. I think that goes a long way too. I tell you, the biggest thing I think people argue about now is all the political stuff and recent shootings. Man, there was a shooting in Las Vegas, near that area. And it's really sad what's going on. There was also a shooting here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area at a one of those.
It's Dallas-Fort Worth. There's always fucking shootings.
I'm not. Well, you didn't think what had happened today in Las Vegas. It's just a lot going on across this country, and so
shootings. From what I was seeing, it's mass shootings, right? Yeah. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I got upset over a business dispute and he just lost his mind and just started shooting at people out.
Sometimes that's the only way you can show that you mean business. I mean, a man can only take so much.
But what I'm saying is, brother, I understand that, but there's got to be a way, man, than just shooting somebody to death. Because you also had a gentleman. You had a gentleman kill a little girl, Athena Strand, okay, on our news out here, and he's being put to death by the state.
Oh, fuck him.
I got a place for people who hurt kids.
Girl,
he killed that girl.
I mean, that guy, what that guy did, it was on video. So he's a FedEx driver, kidnapped this little fucking girl. I mean, like, what is she, like 3? Something real young, 4.
Oh, and the guy that snatched a little girl right out of her yard?
Yeah, and then he ended up, like, you could hear, like, they didn't play the audio. I didn't want to hear it, but they could hear the audio from the truck. And
I'll be calling 811. Fuck 911. I'll be calling 811. Fuck, I need to hold a fucking dick.
But that motherfucker, you know, he basically raped her and fucking strangled her, and the jury, everybody could hear the little girl screaming and crying, and he gets a death penalty. Like, I really, and I'm dead serious. I said this in a group chat. Like, I hope there's a riot at his prison, and that somebody sticks something up his ass and fucking sodomizes him to death. He doesn't deserve to get put down like your sick old dog. Like, that is bullshit.
Pepe, why are we giving fucking 3 meals in the cock? I'll just say, fuck it, if you can take the innocence of, if you can take the purity of a child, or the innocence of a woman, and, you know, for rape, all that stuff, dude, if it's the cost, dude, you could go out and buy 22 shorts. You can buy 500 of them, motherfuckers, for like $25. You know, think about it. Fucking put it through the fucking head. Fucking put them down the ground. Fucking make sure you tell people don't fucking plant here because it might be toxic. And just fucking stack them.
Well, I'm not being hyperbolic. I would literally skin them up. I would literally skin them alive in front of anybody who would want to watch. I would actually enjoy doing it.
Indonesia and so on. How does he see what he understands as differentiate Sunni from Shia from where his background?
5 years in prison, I might get fucked in the ass, I might be the gump of the block, but I'm gonna be taken care of. I got AC in the summer, heater in the winter. Hell, dude, fuck, I got cousins of mine. Hold on, sir, ma'am. Fuck it. The thing is, hold on, ma'am. Patience. Thank you. If you deal with motherfuckers and you put out there, every time you get one of these pedos, these child rapists, and also the rapists as well, and you start put that shit on Fox News, hey, in Fort Worth, Texas, you know, we got 25 child rapists. Line them up, fucking drop them. You know what's going to happen? Motherfuckers going to be like, listen, I ain't trying to be on the 9 o'clock news on Fox News. And what's going to happen is they ain't going to do shit like that. Simple as that. Because they're going to be on the 9 o'clock news while the world gets to watch them get their asses capped.
I mean, shooting them is too nice.
Society, brother, when they would never publicize that on TV, I just got to tell you, they should be put to death by firing squad.
Nobody would chipper. Fuck that.
Well, our state, I'm grateful, has the death penalty because I have no grace for people who harm children, the elderly, that kind of stuff. There's a place for you. And at the end of the day, for me, that just cannot be. You cannot continue to have people walk on this earth and continue to commit crimes against people who either cannot defend themselves, and he probably will have something coming for him in prison. They might put him in solitary. What do they call it?
Everybody who's on death row generally has their own separate area of the prison. They're usually on a close custody yard, but they end up having to go. They don't mix with other closer high security inmates, so they're amongst themselves, and even then amongst themselves, it depends on who they are and like how they behave. They often won't let them. They won't let them even interact with each other, just because a lot of them will kill each other. And for somebody who's a rapist who raped a little girl, that's depending on where you are, perhaps the thing that will get you most likely get killed. So by other inmates, and so yeah, even other people on death row will look down on him and kill him if they get a chance. So like they never let him go. They won't let him go around.
Pepe, that's the worst thing you could ever be called in prison is a
pedophile or child rapist or any of that. Because I can guarantee you this guy, if he's ever in general population, oh yeah.
Well, hold on, Father. First, hold on, buddy. First thing they're going to, when he walks in there, first thing this monkey's going to do is grab his papers. It says it right there on it.
Well, no, he was on the news. Everybody's going to know who he is.
Yeah, everybody's going to know because not only that, but there's also TVs in prison too, and people do watch TV. People actually get killed over changing the channel, over changing the whatever channel, and people get killed for that. Yeah, it happened. It happened.
He's going to be someone's gone. How much you want to bet, Father? He's going to be someone's gone.
Why would you get killed, hon? Why would you get killed for watching?
Yeah, there's no
TV channel. Killed for turning a TV channel.
I mean, I think it depends on which. It's different. Every state prisons are so different. Like the way prisons run on the West Coast are entirely different than the East Coast.
It's based upon the inmates because the inmates rule the TV. They're like if you're a leader in a tank, basically that leader has the authority to change the channels. Now depending on the rules and stuff like that, every tank has different rules. So, but basically the idea is that you follow the leader. I mean, and if the leader says to kill this guy for changing the channel, guess what? That guy's fucking dead. I mean, it's just those are the rules.
What an MDC or a USP? Like that just sounds like.
Either way, he ain't gonna have commissary. I promise you that.
I mean, they don't really. I don't know. Like California and like Arizona, they don't really. Their rape thing doesn't really happen. A lot of people don't realize this. There's willing people in prison that will do that stuff.
Yeah, those are the faggots. Those are what we call the punks, and those are the ones that willingly get raped. And the thing is on anytime you go to court or anything like that, there's rape. What do they call them? Rape posters where they have an 800 number down below, and like if you're ever raped or ever seen a rape or whatever like that, is to call the number to report it. And so those are out there throughout the tunnels down below where you go to court, where you travel to court. There's tunnels under the courthouse and then basically in prison there's a few.
Were you talking about? You sound like you're talking about an MDC, like you were just like in a city.
Well, I was in San Diego MCC and San Diego Geo, which is a prison. So converted prison. It was the central jail that was converted to prison years before I was there. So, but
it's like a class reunion in here.
Yeah, pretty much.
I say kill him. I know it'd be too easy, but think about this here. Why pay to feed them? Why pay to give them air conditioning in the summer, heater in the winter time, entertainment? Think about this.
Our Constitution. That's why.
I know.
Steppy, I'll tell you what else. These people are cursed. These people are cursed. They have a horrible, repulsive drive that makes them criminals and makes them hated by everyone. And I think because you can't just kill them because we don't have the death penalty, and like Pepe said, Constitution, et cetera, et cetera.
South Carolina does. God bless South Carolina.
But they can't control themselves, so they need to be kept away from people really forever because they can't be around people. Their minds are warped. Their minds are aberrated, and there's nothing you can do to change them or anything like that. They can't help themselves either. They're just.
Well, Al, I'm trying to interrupt, Al, but think about this. Mr. Norm, have you ever had a dog in your life?
Sure.
Okay. When you was a kid, did you have a dog?
Yes, I did.
All right. What would happen to that dog bite you as a kid.
I understand, but people are not dogs. You put them down. I understand that.
They're animals. Listen.
But people are not animals.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Humans are not animals. But what those individuals are doing, they transition from having a moral compass, a human moral compass, and went barbaric and animalistic, completely off culture. All right, completely off culture. So why should we entertain or even give them the opportunity to keep existing? Because I'm so sorry. I know it sounds ignorant, but that's just how I feel.
So
we don't
let me
even
tell you
have
guys,
the words to describe how horrible what they do is, what their mind is warped and everything. But
let me tell you real quick. The mentality outside of prison, we all want to feel normal and all that stuff. Inside prison, these people are fucking animals. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is they did or whatever like that. When they're in there, the mind frame, the mindset that they have to have is racial and survival. That's really all. That's really all you can think about because, and it's really weird and it's really strange. But like Pepe was talking about the USP. Well, in the USP, if I was next to a Mexican guy right there, another inmate or whatever like that, I wouldn't be able to talk to him because of the rules in the USP. I learned that from one of the guys that he said he was a shot caller that was in the USP for a number of years, and so he told me, yeah, if you and I were talking like this, like both of us would be dead. So so the mentality inside prison is a totally different mentality than from the outside. Even people that reoffend and or they do their probation violations or whatever like that, they have to mentally. There was a guy that was going back to prison. He was in the rehab, and I remember he was just like he was clinching because he didn't obviously he didn't want to go back, but he had to literally prepare himself, and so he had to stay away from everybody for a couple of days because because he had to mentally, prepare for it, and it's a huge fucking deal, for somebody that's been to prison, that's out of prison, that they got to go back. Fuck, it's beyond anything that any normal human being can even withstand because just because of the mental anguish that you got to go through and the preparation and all that stuff because it's everybody thinks prison is really not that big of a deal, blah blah. Oh, dude, no. Even when I went out, even when I got out, I was Mr. Racial, and I knew that I had to get back to normalcy. And it took me a couple days, but because of the stories that you hear and everything else, when you're in there, it does take a toll on you, and it does take like it only took me a couple days, but other people it takes weeks or months to like if they know they're going back, they have to, prepare themselves. It's just
I guess I'm just a little bit more barbaric. Maybe that's because I'm a father. Brienne. You take the innocence of my children, you better hope the lawman gets a hold of me. I'm just saying, you better hope the law won't get you.
Want to know one of the irony of like the racial stuff? This is of course going to the federal prison system. The Eric founder. I don't think he was Jewish. I think his dad was. So his last name was Silverstein, and he actually has a Star of David tattooed on one of his shoulders, and he was the leader of the white gang in prison.
Was he white or black or?
Oh no, he was white. He was white, but I mean, it's the.
So he was.
To think today that you would have a.
he would be
Abu
considered.
Bakr, who will seize
Yeah, I mean, he'd be classic.
my Khilafah or my successorship. He will seize unrightfully. So Aisha told
Abu Bakr?
Hafsa, yes. So Aisha told this news to
If you're white, you're wood. If you're black, you're K. If you're
Archer Avenue.
It's like based on the CYMK color type of stuff. So I never got into the religion part. So
Y arriba yo, mi papá y la zona.
But there were people that talked, about God and all that stuff. I mean, there were a few people in there that we connected and we talked about God because in there, to be honest with you, I mean, I read the Bible from front cover to back cover, and a few times, and in there, like you have nothing but time. So, the only days that you can really